About Dogecoin this evening. Just make sure that you guys relax for a little while. We're going to go through kind of the accumulation strategy that we've been discussing. We're going to talk about buying the dip. A lot of people don't know, what does it mean to buy the dip. We're going to talk about that tonight. I'm a former finance professional, and so it's a pleasure to welcome you guys. And not financial advice. Make sure you know it's not financial advice. Currently, Dogecoin at about 33 cents, guys, 33 cents, and we're going through a retracement. We've been talking about accumulation all day long. We've been discussing that with our members. If you're new to the program, we hope that you guys will join us at either the VIP level, or maybe you'd like to join at the base camp. Start off with base camp, and you guys, whoa. Oh, excuse me about that. Excuse that real quickly. Had to get the audio together, and we are looking forward. Let me go ahead and do a sound check and make sure that the sound on your end is okay. We may have things tuned up a little bit. Let me see how it's sounding. And yeah, we hope you guys are having a great night. So yeah, it sounds like it's going okay so far. Now we have, in terms of the update for Dogecoin, I know it's a little bit late. It's about 11:30 at night Central Standard Time. We just trust you guys are all doing well wherever you are at. And as we kind of get into things, talking about kind of the accumulation strategy. What we did today, just to let you know on the channel, we really released, what was it, 4 or 5 videos, and it was very specific to each individual video. It was essentially, guys, we went through Matic, we went through Dogecoin, we went through 3 or 4 additionals, Harmony One, just to try and give people kind of an accumulation strategy. We thought that would be of good service to people and their what was it? Just wherever they're at. A lot of you are holding. Some of you wanted to accumulate and get involved in the actual kind of, I'd say, the retracement process where you go through targeted pricing. So we decided we would get, all these prices specifically to our VIP guys, but we wanted to follow that up because we went through 4 or 5 videos today, and we wanted to follow that up with a specific price action and kind of the strategy involved in, how do you approach buying the dip? What do you do in terms of trying to lower your cost basis? That's generally the idea, is to lower your cost basis and really achieve something in terms of the lower your price per coin, essentially, guys, the higher your probability of profit. So we're looking forward to discussing that tonight in some depth. Nothing too extreme or nothing too calculative. We don't have to get out like a calculator. We won't do that, but we do want to talk about what are the Fibonacci's. What is this Fibonacci set right here? What does that give you in terms of pricing? Why is that important? Which ones are the most likely to hit as you guys look at a retracement of its origination of the price trend up to the maximum? And then, guys, these Fibonacci sequences are it starts off with a 23.6, okay, the 38.2. These are all built in within TradingView. A lot of you guys understand what TradingView is. That's the software that comes standard within, let's say, Binance. All of the top exchanges have TradingView. That's what we're looking at, have TradingView built in. So as we discuss, essentially the aspects of TradingView, one of the key facets, and it's so easy to just redraw this, guys. It literally takes all of about 2 seconds just to go ahead and give yourself those pricing targets. No big deal. We just drew them right there. If we want these on the right-hand side instead of the left, we'll just add those right there immediately on the right-hand side. So we've got the pricing targets laid out for Dogecoin in terms of an entry into Doge. And this is what we did with our VIP, just to update people. This is exactly what we went through. We're pricing targets today in different levels of accumulation. Typically, if we don't get into, I'd say, kind of a classical technical analysis or a technical chart pattern, what we will get into is more of a retracement. So you have one of 2 options. A lot of you have heard of, let's say, a bull flag. If you've heard of a bull flag, let's talk about, or a bull pennant. Let's kind of draw a bull pennant real quickly. A bull pennant would look something like this. In the context of a price action, it would look something that would get applied to something along the lines of, let's say, something like this. Originally, we would say, well, maybe this is trying to form a bull pennant. We're always looking for kind of a bullish or a bearish kind of chart pattern. And as we look at the micro event, kind of this short term picture here, the micro, we will compare that to kind of the macro or the big picture of like Doge or any of our other investments. As we get further and further out, we'll have different intervals where this micro event right in here, just a real kind of getting the magnifying glass out, really looking just kind of with a detailed, kind of a microscopic view. That's the micro, like the ultra micro, we'd say. We can, kind of scale out and say, well, now we're on a different level here of the micro. It's this most recent pricing event. Now we can even scale out even more and say, well, on the entirety of things, we are now on even a larger scale of the macro, kind of a bigger picture. And that's really important for us as we make conclusions, as we look into the analytics of like Dogecoin and say, where is Dogecoin going? And we really wanted to focus on Dogecoin today because we have not given it too much attention, as it's been in a consolidation. It's just been sitting there kind of consolidating for days and days, and we've been like, well, when is it going to move? What's it going to do? And it kind of felt like, well, it seems like Dogecoin may want to move soon. And so we wanted to go ahead and give it the attention, definitely of our VIP group, and let it, it's been a phenomenal investment. You guys know it's gone from 007, okay, to 7 to 70. Guys, that's 100x. So that's a really, really nice investment. My friends and I started really getting involved in it around the 0.007. So, that's a lot of my friends have made phenomenal money. So it's been really nice. And I won't talk about the specific gains with me or you or this or that. We want to discuss in terms of exactly who all may be making big money on this, but it's just you guys know a lot of people have made a lot of great gains on Dogecoin. So it's a nice investment. It's something to learn on for a lot of people, and a lot of people have big plans for it. We think Elon has great plans for it, and maybe you guys have great plans. But this, some of you may be committed to it for purposes of wanting it to be the global currency, or some people may just say, well, it's a good thing for us to learn on, or it may just be a good investment for you flat out. So we'll take all those possibilities into account. We look forward, to kind of having you here. And just shout out to all the VIP members. I think a lot of them already received their messages today. We had like 4 videos, just to let you guys know. We had about 4 videos that we went around and just said, these were multiple videos today that we went ahead and got out. And I just felt it was important today. I know it's going to compromise probably our live stream. Everyone's already watched 3 or 4 videos today. That's okay with me. I'm here to be of service how I can in terms of presenting the information to the community and to our crowd. If they've already watched like 3 or 4 videos, that's no problem. We went ahead and we addressed, for anyone involved in like Harmony One, we went ahead and addressed Harmony One and what the acquisition targets were. What was the strategy? We addressed that. We addressed Dogecoin in depth today with our VIP members and kind of all the subscribers, the base camp, etc., just to go through the acquisition strategy, both at the current levels of Dogecoin and at the potential lower levels of Dogecoin, to address an overall strategy so that people can look at it and not just say, well, what's the latest hype news? No, I want to talk about not just what the latest kind of news is, and nothing wrong with the news, and nothing wrong with Elon's, let's say his next plan with the dev team, something we could get involved in like that. In terms of understanding, we could get involved in additional kind of news break events. That's fine. But no, I want to know from a financial perspective where you guys are at. And again, none of this is financial advice, but where are you guys at? Where is our team at? Where are our members at? We currently have about 90, I'd say almost 90 VIP members. There's a goal of 100. We think we will reach that goal. And it's just very exciting to us because that's a lot of consummate kind of financial professionals, guys, that it's not just your standard. We want to, someone found an investment and someone has an idea, we want to go have some fun on the internet. Now, these are real, former investment bankers, financial professionals. We have a very good group here that has spent a lot of time, and they really value their investments. So the fact that they're involved in Dogecoin, involved in Matic, involved in some of these other, I'd say everything from Bitcoin to Dogecoin. We don't like to stray too much in terms of kind of, if we'd say, out into the pancake swaps and this and that, it just becomes a little bit more difficult to really trade those. So we have a kind of experimented with a few of them. We do have kind of a 1,000x challenge that's on the way. But right now it's just, we do enjoy learning, and we learned a lot with Harmony One with that crowd. We've learned a lot with Dogecoin in terms of more recently bringing into the mix some of the investors who have been involved in Dogecoin, and they've wanted to like really become more involved in kind of investing. So that's the asset that we are able to kind of provide, is that forum for people involved and this is a really cool picture. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you guys can just check this out, I think this is really, really cool. I went ahead and I made this this evening, and it's just I like this a lot. It's just kind of a cool. If you guys can just view that, just stuff coming. What is it? Coming from the Earth, coming from the Doge in space. I wanted you guys to see that. I think it's really cool. We did some graphics work tonight. We're always working on the channel, but yeah, a lot of the individuals who have a real kind of sophisticated business background, kind of a very educated. And it's some that want to become educated in terms of their investments. It's just nice to kind of build together a community, and that community we're building here as we look at the messages. We have a list serve. We have all types of information here, and just different members that are doing real well. They're focusing on books like this, guys. These books are study guides from the New York Institute of Finance. So yeah, it's a crowd that wants to master. They literally want to get a real good handle on their investing, whether it's through Doge. And Doge presents a specific profile right now. The specific profile with Doge is that is relatively consistent, okay? It's been relatively stable. Yes, it's experienced a big retracement. A lot of things have. Amidst the more recent pricing action, Doge has held up relatively well, relatively strong, even in comparison to, say, Bitcoin. So it's been nice to see that over the last few weeks. It seems like Doge is really, really doing well in terms of holding its own, and we would hope that that would be a continual kind of aspect of Doge as we look at how is it going to perform, what are the expectations. A lot of times we do kind of comparative analytics, and those comparative analytics will let us know essentially like what can we expect, how is this asset specifically amongst the asset classes of let's say in particular cryptocurrency, how will this specific asset perform, or how can we expect, what is it telling us now in terms of how it may perform in the future. And we always look at that historical pricing. The historical pricing, guys, is part of technical analysis, looking at the historical behavior, applying it to the current situation, and then determining, essentially where things are going and trying to capitalize on that. So that is exactly what we try and do. Is let's look at the previous, the previous price action, apply it to the instant case along with all of the knowledge we can put together, and let's determine where that's going to go. A lot of pattern formations, a lot of strategies come about, and that's something that we really we value, and we find a lot of value in it. It's not a shot in the dark. It's not a quote unquote random walk, as they would say. That's what a lot of individuals look at. Is they're going to say, well, the stock market or these coins or this or that is just random. If we thought everything were a random walk, we would not be involved in this space. We would not have any exposure to this if it were just a random walk. That's not what we believe. And in terms of risk management or profit maximization, you guys definitely always encouraged to go talk to a broker. That's what we would say. But I think we definitely have people in the VIP that actually work with the brokerage exchanges, etc. So it's nice. That's a nice component of things that we have. I just keep saying like consummate professionals, just very, very professional group. And I don't mind if it's a low, quantity in terms of the people who are going to be here tonight on the stream. That is no problem with me. Jag, nice to see you. Amor Fati, nice to see you in the chat. Mogo, nice to see you. Want to see you join, brother. Hamill, Mark, great to have you. And just want to let you guys know, my thought this evening is, I know we went through a lot of different videos. I went ahead and just got out videos on everything to make sure if you had an interest that it was covered. Tonight, if we have 10 people in the room, or we have 100, or we have 5, or we have 4, guys, I want you to know that I just want to be here for you, because this is an important time. And for those of you who are interested in kind of this aggressive, kind of strategic look at where things are right now, I just think we're in a critical kind of moment here of transition that I want to, there are some people that will be interested in this. Some people will just want to take a nap and wake up when it's kind of all over. That's not what, that's not, well, that may be convenient, but for those who want to be more involved, we definitely want to be here, for instance, on Dogecoin. And we talked about Doge today. We released a video. If you guys haven't watched those videos, we did some great videos today. And those videos were on Dogecoin. They were on Matic. They were on Harmony One. They were on, I think DOGE was the most recent one we did. DOGE has done very well. Zachary is in the house, new VIP. People excited about Matic. Matic was a 3.5x in the first 10 days of our VIP group. Like phenomenal. And guys, a lot of the Base Camp and other group, you guys really picked up on Matic as well. And it was just, we had brought it at 78 cents to the group. And we can look at Matic real quickly. We're at Dogecoin currently at 33 cents. And guys, we trade them in pairs. We really look at Matic in terms of just, what it's presenting that maybe Dogecoin would not. When Dogecoin is presenting, well, what does Matic have that Dogecoin does not? We really like to balance Doge and Matic. We'll find different kind of pairs or sets that we'll launch into one while the other's holding. Then while the other's going, we'll move from the other. We're very aggressive in terms of a strategy to maximize our gains. It has nothing to do with us liking Doge any less or liking Matic any less. No, we do appreciate that, Mark Cuban. Literally, Mark Cuban has stated that he is using Matic Polygon quite a bit. So he's also a huge fan of Dogecoin. So it's just the same crowd. Okay, so it's very easy for us to do kind of a layover, I'd say a layover the same type of rationale to get us from one spot to the next in terms of Matic to Doge, et cetera, and back and forth. It's like a revolving door. It works very easily. It's just it's an effortless kind of transition in and out of those trades. So that's what we enjoy doing. Right now on Matic, we have put in a lot of levels of trades. You guys know that. I hope you guys have viewed that video. And in terms of this information, guys, this information, it was delivered via Twitter DM. If you guys don't have Twitter, if you're not signed up yet and you're a VIP, you need to follow the link in the description. Go to the first pinned tweet and you need to tell me, hello, I'm VIP. Sign me up on the Twitter DM, because all these levels specifically were laid out in an incredible amount of clarity. And guys, this is just a nice looking chart with all of this, essentially with all of these kind of gradient levels with an increased severity, amount of investment as things lighten up and become brighter here. It's just, this is a nice chart. I'm just going to say that this is professional quality. I'm going to say I've worked in the finance field and, at very high levels across the table from like Harvard, et cetera. This is getting to the point we could clear it up. I could probably spend another 20 minutes, 30 minutes on it, maybe an hour, and really make it shine, really make it nice. But I just tell you, this is about the level of professionalism that I would expect. Like if I were to, have hired someone and I want them to do a good job, like give me the information and the details. I want to talk about, cross indications, confluences, where things, overlap, where they diverge, et cetera. This is about where that discussion would go is towards a product that would look something kind of like this. So that's just me stating that. That's not any kind of I'm not patting myself on the back or anything like that. But I'm just telling you guys. That's just the way it is. So we have Zachary in the house. I want to shout out to Zachary. Very nice to see you guys. And we want to shout out to also to who else do we have? Just a lot of people. We have, let's see, we have Jag in the house. Nice to have you, Jag. And I want to just shoot out something to, it looks like Muggle. What's up, Muggle? You've been here, Muggle. You've been around. We want to see you join. Maybe you're having trouble joining. We'll see. We'll give you a Ferrari there, a couple Ferraris you can quicken up and see if you can join. We'd like to have people here with badges on, something. For those of you who may have, been around for the early parts of Matic, what an exciting time. That was a 3.5x. But you guys, I want to just bring up tonight and put everything back in focus. Yes, it's been a 3.5x and it's traded with incredible volatility. So it's accomplished at 3.5x almost twice. All right, so that's the deal. Is it's been like 3.5x, 3x, another 3x. So it's been like it's been like that, and it just hasn't quit. So it's been very exciting to be a part of, and just we'll look at. I want to compare it to Doge because honestly, we brought this to the group in and around here, the Matic. Okay, then just incredible trading, guys. It was very nice. These exact targets. We jumped on this one after it had kind of fallen through a golden pocket, so we've had to redo these targets. But it's it's just it's been impressive. So right now you're getting into additional targets. You've entered your orders. Those of you who have looked into Matic and kind of where that's at, I know that you have entered your orders, but I do want to talk about Doge again. Let's give it its due. I'm coupling the two tonight because I want to remind ourselves of how well Doge has done, about the fact that Doge still can do extremely well, okay? And you guys know that Doge can pick up, and it could be something that will take everyone's attention, right? So it's done that with us. We have traded the heck out of this thing. And I mean, if you want to know someone who has been live trading from this point in time, bam, bam, bam. I mean, all up and down this, guys. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I'm serious, guys. Probably 20 trades in here, live trades, pushing. I mean, not just, well, let's relax and we'll see it tomorrow. We'll update it afterwards. No, I'm talking like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours live, making sure we hit the pricing target. On through this, calling this dive immediately, like the bottom of this retracement immediately, like almost perfectly, guys. We called this retracement level in around mid-April just phenomenally well. So yeah, we have been very, very active in Dogecoin, and I just want to remind everybody, as it's looking like it may retrace more, I say it's it could be a very good thing. People don't want to talk about lower prices, but what I know is that at those lower prices, there's cash waiting. And that's a big deal as you look at, there's cash. Yeah, there's more investment waiting for Dogecoin. I think a lot of the holders are solidly holding. I know at these lower levels, there is more cash waiting for Dogecoin. Okay, and that more cash will essentially translate into a higher market cap, in my opinion. And so I really think that's a positive thing for Dogecoin. So let's consider that aspect of things, and let's consider about how phenomenally this has done. Dogecoin has gone. Let's just talk about just in the recent time, 6 to 60, so about a 10x, guys. That's really nice. Currently, we're at about a 6 to 30, so about a 5x in what period of time? In about a month and a half, about a 5x. That's sweet, guys. That's really, really nice. That's you can't ask for too much more than that. If you do, it may be a little unreasonable. I don't know. That's a 5x in a month and a half. So sweet job. I mean, even amidst from the high, I'll just say at the high, excuse me, you were at what, about 6 cents to about 60. You were at a 10x. So you've maxed out at a 10x. Now you're at a 5x. And so anyone who wants to kind of, complain about, well, Doge is down, we have to kind of put this in perspective. Doge is still at a 5x over the last month and a half. Yeah, we'll take it. That's a nice move. When it consolidates, it's very interesting because it'll give you that price action. Then it will consolidate, and it'll allow you to go and trade some other things. So it is kind of like I'm going to say it's kind of like the cornerstone backbone of I don't know, just our channel, et cetera. But heck, if you want to trade crypto, you'll find some incredible price action in Dogecoin, and it'll give you those opportunities amidst its retracement to, let's say, to definitely trade it. It has such quick price action when it decides to develop. These moves are just huge moves, not just initially on the way up. These moves on the way down were really phenomenal moves. These were, if we look at these, you're looking at a 10x. Bottom to top over a 10x, that's sweet. These individual pricing targets that were hit on the way down, we hit them 50% right there. This here was another 50% right there. So, these are big moves. These are the kind of moves that, you kind of wait for. You try and find this kind of a price action. It's slowed down. It's become, kind of this, I don't want to, the more we talk about it marching up and trying to beat, Ethereum or beat Bitcoin, Bitcoin's getting a lot of it's becoming lackluster. We'll say that to say the least. But what we'll say is, the bigger that Dogecoin seems to get, we just are more impressed when it decides to really pump. When it decides to crank up in price, it becomes all that more exciting. So we really hope that Dogecoin can kick it up and that we can have some more fun with it. That's the bottom line. We love to trade. You show me some price action. We went through GameStop and AMC today. We hit a pricing target perfectly. Perfectly on GameStop and AMC. A lot of people don't like it. If you like price action, you like a 10x, you like I'm going to tell you, if we can find something that's there's a reason people are talking about GameStop and AMC. There's a reason it's all over CNBC and MarketWatch and all this stuff. So, you don't have to get involved with it. You can have your own culture. But I always try and stay open-minded to different things. That's just, one of the biggest things I could encourage you guys to understand, if you could stay open-minded about different asset classes. Because a lot of people will say, well, you never told me, and Bitcoin was 10 cents. No one ever told me. So I always try and think, well, okay, what if someone had told me and I said, well, I just don't even want to hear about it. It's the same idea that you might tell someone and I did. I told people about Dogecoin at we were talking about at 0.007 cents. Right? Some people are like, well, I don't know anything about that. That's not my, that's not my business. I just don't understand that stuff. Okay. Or I told him again at 7 cents. And then they're like, I just don't have time for that. That's not, I don't understand that kind of stuff. That's okay. So clearly they have a prejudged mindset to look at, if it's Dogecoin, if it's anything else. They just, that's not their deal, right? Well, then it goes up like 10x, so I'll just bring up the fact that, when I'm talking about something else, if you're predisposed to Doge or something else, open your mind a little bit. And I'm just going to tell you, in terms of market information, you may have a lot. You may be an expert in terms of market information. But I'll tell you, at the same point, we have to always stay open to the fact that, particularly as a group, when we have a really strong, when we have a really, really strong, group, in terms of we have financial professionals, right? We do. We have investment bankers in our VIP. We have exchange broker employees. We have we have business owners, very astute people in our group, in our VIP. Guys, the benefit of that is not convincing each other every single day that there's one investment and we're going to polarize around one investment and that's just the way it goes. No. Anything but. We need to stay open to the idea that we can kind of maybe learn something, maybe daily from each other. And that's me as well. When you guys bring something up, I'm happy to understand it. I'm excited when you guys bring up, oh, you're in GameStop, because I haven't given it enough attention. I'm going to tell you, I've seen it on the news. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, GameStop's fine. I'll compare it, for instance, to, I'll say Harmony One, even that we were talking about earlier, had equivalent action. I've already done those diagnostics. Okay. But if it's close, if it was close to a 20x, right? We're talking about Dogecoin, which was a 10x recently here. Harmony One was a 20x. Okay. And Dogecoin, if you go back in time, was more than a 10 or I think a 20. It was 100x, right? So it's very nice. But the point is, at times, you'll cool down on your Dogecoin. Or at times you'll cool down on your, say, Bitcoin or whatever other investment you're in. You'll be in a consolidation range, right? So during those consolidation ranges, guys, we wake up in the morning, and I'll just tell you, you guys know this. We literally get involved in our exclusive VIP, and literally we start saying, good morning, what's going on today? People want to know. From the get-go, it's like, where's the price action? What are we doing? So things cool off. No, yes, it's nice that Dogecoin turns into 100x. That's beautiful. We love that. But we stay open-minded all the time to the facilities of the group, okay, to the advantage and the asset that the group dynamic presents us, so that we're understanding, well, right now is, if we're going to hold, we're essentially almost guaranteed to go sideways for the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay, great. What does that mean? That means we have a trade today. Where? Okay, that's the dynamics. That's the synergy of the group. That's what we enjoy doing, that type of a hypothetical, to bring that to you. That's what we enjoy. So in terms of staying open-minded, I always just recommend, that, I don't give you financial advice. I just recommend you stay open-minded, right? If we can bounce different investment ideas off of each other, and not to turn into, it's an investment club. They're real shifty. They go all over the place, not that. But if we can make sense of Dogecoin, what happened to it? How did it work? Are the devs going to incorporate any other type of coins into it? Is it going to have a bridge effect to it as Elon's working with the dev group? What are the other possibilities? The more we're involved in kind of the generalized space of things, we do have one of the top businessmen, if not the top businessman in the world, saying he's working with the dev group of Dogecoin. So the possibilities are kind of endless here. I want to know which other coins right now are expanding. I want to get into the asset class and understand what is going on with the space. I want to look at things like Matic. Okay, I want to know, could Doge work with Matic? Because I know Matic is working with a lot of different coins right now. Mark Cuban likes Matic. I know that, and I know Mark Cuban is also a big fan of Dogecoin. So and Mark is in public, his email, he's talking about Matic, Polygon. He's talking about that in public. I know he's a huge fan and supporter of Dogecoin. What's going on behind the scenes? As we get into a polarized kind of, there's a polarizing group that just wants to talk about Doge, or just wants to talk about whether it's Bitcoin or Dogecoin or anything. You're missing half the story. You're missing half the story. And if that's your intention, to only focus on half the story, I'll tell you one thing, I bet you the group that's going to focus on the whole story beats you. And it's not all a competition, but if it weren't a competition, then you guys wouldn't want to get to $1. I'll say that much. If it weren't a competition, you wouldn't want to get to $1. So in the context of that, if something else is going to help you get to $1, help us get to $1 on Doge or anything else, help you get to help you get to, and I'll bring it up and people won't like when I say it. Okay, but listen, why? Okay, in terms of the competitive nature of the market, if it's going to help get GameStop up to 500, okay, that's foreign to you. You don't understand what that is. It's price action, right? It's currently at $250. Why do I bring that up? To open your mind, to challenge you a little bit. That's it. Just to challenge you an ounce so that you can understand, okay, so it's not just about Dogecoin. Well, it's about Doge and whatever else can help Doge. It's about Doge and Matic. Why? Because Matic is being talked about by Mark Cuban. So expanding our mind a little bit and understanding that there are kind of some partners in this. It's kind of a partner mentality. There are some guys in the chair with the cash that are kind of directing things in terms of like Mark Cuban. He has Shark Tank. There's like a global Shark Tank. There's a global kind of field of investment with Dogecoin and Matic and, some strong developments in technology right now. And when you become, aligned with those fundamentals and the possibility that there could be some some synergy there, like some symbiosis, some kind of, a group dynamic and effect. I really want to let you guys know, I see that dynamic from this community, from you guys. And as I talk about, we're looking for something with price action. We're looking for something with synergy. It's good for me to know what you guys are involved in. We cut some different videos today, and I just did it, guys. We cut one and they weren't really heavily viewed. I didn't care at all, but AMC, Polygon, Dogecoin Army, Harmony One, GameStop, and guys, that was fine with me. If 100 people saw it, that's fine. If only if 90 people, the VIPs just saw it, great. If the VIPs plus the base camp saw it, beautiful. If YouTube didn't push it out, that's fine. That's not my concern. I want to see what you guys are interested in. I want to know what your interests are, and I want us to further develop kind of a profit maximization theory, which is like you guys have already come up and you're already interested in something for some reason. A lot of us are interested in Dogecoin. We traded the heck out of this. Right? I mean, I've been dealing with Dogecoin for a long time, guys. Since since 0.007. Okay, so it's been phenomenal. It's been up like 100x. So you're not going to find oh no, I don't like it. You're not going to find me in that mode. It's not going to be like, well, it's over. No, it's been 100x in the community that I like to call my friends. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, so don't you're not. I mean, I'm a huge fan. It's not like when people tune out and like, well, we need someone to push the hype. What do you need to push the hype? You need to look at your wallet. You need to look at your returns. If you can make an addition, if you can make over 100x on 100x. I want to learn how. That's just how I am. It's the challenge. It's the same idea of people, well, we want to get it to $1. Why? Well, it's a challenge. It's a group effort. It's a dynamic. It's an achievement. Great. I look at that every day. Every single day, I look at my holdings, where they are. I'm expecting this to go a 5x good. And when it goes to a 5x, I want to make a 10x. That's just the way I am. That's the kind of people I like to get involved with. And not that it's going to happen all the time. But I'll tell you, we have 2, 3 X's all the time. You understand that? I'll tell you, DeFi, you guys know that, and I'll talk about it. It's involved with Matic, which is involved with arguably with Dogecoin. I mean, Mark Cuban is involved with Dogecoin, definitely pushing it. Mark Cuban's definitely involved in Polygon, definitely. Like his emails have been released. He's definitely involved in Polygon. So Mark Cuban's involved in Dogecoin and Matic. Matic is kind of they're calling it the Ethereum 2.0. It could have huge implications, for the overall market. And I think that Mark is talking about he uses it a lot. He found himself using it quite a bit. So there's a possible, bridge there. There's a possible, I'd say, a relationship between Doge and Matic. That would be fantastic. At least we can talk about it. We can talk about different ideas as we kind of, as we look into those things. Let me go to let's see. So Sheet, you're in the community. That's great. Nice to see you. VIP in the house. We're gonna say that. Nice to see you. Welcome. Definitely welcome. And it's nice to see you, Amor. Nice to see, it looks like Berkey Herring is here, talking about T-Dog is back. I don't know what that is. I do know this. If you guys go to Twitter, you'll see my homepage here, and you can go ahead and follow me. The link is in the description, and I think it says something like professional financial analyst. That's me after college, okay? Wasn't that much fun, but it's okay. And former U.S. presidential advisor. That's just the truth. and prior hedge fund expertise. Guys, it is a personal, private hedge fund with a personalized kind of broker, outfit, etc. Very cool deal, great experience, and I'm not your financial advisor. I'll never be, I won't say never, but I'm not going to be your financial advisor. I'm not here to manage your money, just here to go over cool things. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that would be cool. We would appreciate it. So, I saw some mentions in the chats about some different things, and we wanted just to come to you tonight to talk about price action, to talk about some different dynamics, and kind of just to prepare you guys for where I think the market is headed. Okay, where I think the market is headed, in terms of whether it's headed up or whether it's headed down. Can we gain an advantage? What do we need to do kind of as a group that relies upon logic, common sense, rationale, things like that? What is it that we want to do? Like I want to talk about like DeFi. DeFi is, it's very interesting. I just made a video about potentially, taking some profits on DeFi. I'm not sure if you guys got that video, so it's good we can have this discussion now. I just cut a video. I'm not sure if I even uploaded it yet because I did want to compete with this video, but I talked about maybe taking some profits. It looks like it may be retracing now, but DeFi is aligned with Matic. Matic through Mark Cuban is arguably aligned with Doge. So I'm gonna make some, some associations in terms of who is aligned with what. This was 300%. Good gosh, huh? I talked about DeFi and deploying cash at different levels. Guys, this is really something. If you look at DeFi, if you look at this is something I brought to the VIP. You have to, give credit to this, that some people invested in this. And I was talking about deploying multiples at lower levels. That's what we do. That's what we talk about, our strategy. Guys, it was up 268%. All right, this is another 3x of a trade just in the last 4 days. So we talk about, 10x's, talk about, 5x's, talk about, this is a 3x in the last 4 days. These are all over the map with us. It's more of a matter of like, where's your money going to make the most for you, the biggest bang for your buck. But they're continual, guys. And we're continually talking about like DeFi. We're continually trying to strike that balance between, like, people like to talk about Doge. They like to talk about what they like to talk about. And I do want, you guys to understand that there's just there's a good balance in terms of what we're kind of, I don't know, what would you guys say? What would we say in terms of needing to kind of feed the group dynamic, needing to expand the group a little bit, but at the same time, like, staying true to our principles. We don't want to like sell out. I don't need a 1,000 people watching right now. I want a good group. I called it the VIPs because I want it to be exclusive. You guys know that, right? I mean, I want the upper echelon crowd that knows what they're doing, the investment bankers, kind of the former brokers, people who, probably have the skill sets to be a broker, and said, no, I don't want to do that, but I do want to invest for myself. A lot of you guys fit into that category. I would definitely say that. Looks like Berkney, we would like you to join. It's nice to have you here, and it would be great to have you join. AJ is in the house. AJ, it's nice to have you. Great to have you. We're really excited. He's a new VIP member, doing great, and just great attitude, brother. It's nice. It's really nice to have you, and I really appreciate that. In terms of in terms of Doge and what it wants to do, we'll just say that we're in the accumulation phase. You guys know that, those of you tuning in. If you're just tuning in, go ahead and hit the like button if you haven't been here since the beginning, so I'll know what to cover. I'll ask you to do that now. If you haven't been here since the beginning, hit the like button. That will help me know what needs to be covered. We're going to cover some information on Dogecoin and cover some information on the market in general, the crypto market, where it's headed. So let me know if you've just kind of showed up. If you just showed up, hit the like button. I'll know what to cover because we've covered some things, but not everything, and that will help me not be repetitive with the same crowd. I'll know whether or not to cover the original information. I see one or two people have just showed up. Yeah, what we're talking about, a few people have just showed up. That's good. I appreciate that. That helps me know to cover a few things. What we're discussing is our accumulation strategy on Doge right now, and on Harmony One, and on Matic, essentially going into those three right now. Doge being one of the primary three that we're looking at as a group, at getting involved in. So this morning I distributed some information to, not financial information, I'm going to say not financial advice, but just essentially our pricing targets on Doge. So we've deployed our pricing targets, which are just the Fibonacci's. We focus on Fibonacci's. I just love, if I could be a guru for technical analysis, I'd love to be that. I think it makes the market a lot easier. I've been studying it since kind of high school, and previously I had a finance background, professional finance background. So as I look at this, these are our pricing targets on the right. That's so easy to get, guys. On any kind of micro frequency, all we do is choose the Fibonacci tool. We draw up our Fibonacci's. We have the pricing targets on the right-hand side. So we use those there after we've drawn them, and that's just from the low to the high that's experienced. Then we have our, essentially it's a breakdown, automatic. These are literally prices that are given to us, which represent retracement levels from this low to the high. How much of the price is going to be given back, right? So as we look at that, we say, well, how much is going to be given back? What we do is say, well, okay, we're going to deploy additional cash, heavier cash, double or triple down at the lower levels. Why do we do that? Well, if I double or triple down, I'm going to tell you what that is. It's a strategy to get people thinking. Okay, it's a strategy to get people thinking, and I just want to do this. Okay, if I put 100 here, okay, if I put 100 here, the point is to get people thinking. All right, it's not that everyone's going to follow this exact replicated event. If you guys are new, if you just tuned in, hit the like button so I know what to cover in terms of what has or has not been covered in terms of strategy and where the market is going. Please let me know that. If I do this, I want to show you guys an example. Okay, let's show you an example in terms of deployment of cash. This is what I'm interested in, is knowing whether or not people are going to become overexposed at higher levels. We try and prevent that at all costs. I mean, guys, we prevent it like the plague. When people come to me and they say, well, London, I'm overexposed. I paid too much for something. No. And now you're out of cash and it's all going down. No, that's not what we want. So we triple down. And I'm just going to tell you, we literally triple down cash as we get down into these lower levels. Why? Well, we do it just to make sure, guys, that we're not overexposed at any higher level. And can it change? Of course it can change. Everybody has their own strategy. I talk about it just because it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible for people to become over-involved at a higher level. Okay? It is almost impossible to become over-involved with all of your cash at a higher level. If you draw out your Fibonacci's, okay, and the way we draw them out, you guys hit the like button if you've just shown up so I know how many people have just shown up, please. Thank you. I'll cover information depending upon how many people have just shown up. As we look at the Fibonacci's, guys, and again, the Fibonacci, it's a tool sequence, okay? It's a sequence. There are a few different Fibonacci levels that you can get into, or tools you can get into. I won't talk about all of them. The main one's just called Fib retracement. It's so easy, guys. Fib retracement. Select Fib retracement on your your Fibonacci retracement on your trading view. Then what you're going to want to do is find the low, the most recent intermittent low. Okay, then you're going to want to click. Just click once. Okay, once you've selected your Fibonacci tool, you click one time at this most recent intermittent low. Then you'll start to see these, this expansion. Okay, something's happening, right? You want to go up to the high, the most recent intermittent high. You want to pull over. Okay, now I'm still looking at, just focus on this high. Don't look at where I'm pulling the cursor to. Okay, because I can stop right here. I can literally stop right here and just say, okay, that's been identified. Okay, that's exactly the Fibonacci. Those are the pricing targets right here. Okay, but what I do, and that gives me, guys, just so you know, that gives me the pricing targets. Look at these pricing targets right here. If I zoom in so you can see a little bit better, I'll do that just so you can see, and that's uncomfortable to look at, but you see those pricing targets. They'll be easier to see on your screen. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So we'll go back to kind of a reasonable zoom figure here. But as I pull these over to the right, all I'm doing, guys, I'm still focused on this top level right in here. This top level is giving me the indication that is my threshold. I draw from the bottom to the top, real easy. Then I just drag it on over. Wham. Why? Because I know the pricing is going there. I know the pricing is going to essentially retrace and go along the specific kind of levels. Okay, so and it's the standard of the industry, guys. It's built into TradingView. The TradingView is built into, say, Binance, the largest exchange in the world. If you go to people on Wall Street, guys, they know about Fibonacci. Literally, the New York Institute of Finance is going to teach you about Fibonacci's. Okay, so you can buy their books, you can do the research, you can fight the street if you want to. You can fight you can have that discussion if you want to, but hundreds of years of research. It's not just Wall Street. It's hundreds of years of market research is thrown into things like Fibonacci's. So it's just the way that principles of market work. It's just the retracement. As we get into it, what are these numbers exactly? Well, it's just the retracement, the 23.6. Guys, the 23.6 retracement, okay, is from the move from the low to the high. That's a 23.6% of the prices given back. So on Dogecoin, that would be from 37 cents to literally 34 or 35 cents, about 34.9. That represents 23.6% of the prices given back, 23.6% of this move, just this specific move from the low to the high. Okay, it's going to give back that much price. So that's that measured amount right there. We stack, I'm just going to say, we like to stack, just let's say, and I'm going to move these over just a bit, but we like to stack in and along this first level, bam. I'm going to put $100. All right, great. Just to prove a point here, just to try and make sure that we are not overexposed. All right, this whole example of investment is just to create the idea in your mind that you're not going to become overexposed at a higher level, because people all the time will say, well, I have $5,000 right here. I'm going to just throw it in up here. That's great. I really like this investment. I'm going to throw it in up here. That doesn't work. You have to buy low. Okay, the whole idea of profit, even getting to $1 and making any money on it, you can buy it 95 cents or you can buy it 5 cents. Right? You can buy it 95 or 5. If you guys are new to, if you've just shown up, you haven't been here since the beginning, please hit the like button. I know what information to cover. I'm going through buying the dip and kind of Fibonacci's, etc. So hit the like button if you've just shown up. If you haven't been here since the beginning, that'll help me know what to talk about. Thank you very much. As we look at the 5,400, let's say an example. Okay, well, we like Dogecoin. Just throw it. I want to buy it right now. Of course you do. The question is not what you want to buy in the market. Often the times the question, as this price is the price is king, guys. Price is always going to be here. Price is that indicator we always look at, this 33. Okay, that dictates everything. You want to get to the ultimate price. You want to get to the ultimate dollar, right? So we have to consider what our entry price is at all points in time, guys. We need to consider what is our entry price. Okay, so we're very, very keenly aware of this. We're very, guys, we don't obsess on it. We're not overly technical, but we say, okay, fine. We have these retracement levels, right? We're going to draw our Fibonacci from the bottom of the most recent price action to the top. Let's go ahead and pull that over. Let's stay in line with that top. Okay, now that's going to give us the percentage of retracement, the amount we're giving up of this most recent price action. If it's 100%, right? It is essentially. This is 100%, the entirety of this move. That's of the positive move, the move up. Now 23% is 23% back down. That's that first level. You guys understand that? The overall would be 100% of the pricing move. Okay, so the 23%, this is just saying the tool is we'll give back 23.6%. Yeah, absolutely. So 23.6%, that's that first red zone. We don't have a lot of demand there. Why? Because the price is still relatively high. Just relatively high. Most of the times, it's going to want to go all the way back down to the 61.8. That's called the golden pocket. All right, so that golden pocket is the golden ratio. Yeah, that's very important. I'd say that golden pocket, that golden ratio, is kind of a key figure that we want to focus on. And guys, it makes the difference. You're looking at a micro event here. On the macro, I'll tell you, on the macro, people say, well, I don't care about that. That's not important to me. I'll tell you, on the macro, it will depend upon whether or not you make 10% or you make a 3x or a 4x or a 5x or a 10x or a 100x or whether or not it's a good investment at all to you. So it's just I would encourage you all to look into things that apply to the investment world. Okay, not that I'm the one to teach them to you, but if we talk about the overall, let's say the overall market here, what is it that's important about the let's say this the golden pocket on the macro? People say, well, I don't care about that. Well, why wouldn't you care about it? Why? Because you just hit it. You just hit the golden pocket on the macro, not on the micro frequency here. I'm talking about on the macro. on the entirety, the zoomed out picture here, you've hit your golden pocket. You say, well, that's not important. That doesn't apply to me. Oh, really? Really, I just want to know because you've gone up. It was a 10x. It was essentially a 100x from 0.007. Me and my buddy started talking about it at 0.007. That's the truth. We started getting involved then, and a lot of people made a lot of money. You guys have done very well. It's been a phenomenal investment. So we're excited to continue to trade it, continue to talk about it. When you talk about, well, the golden pocket doesn't apply to me. It's going to go up, and I don't want to hear anything else. Okay, that's fine. But the market is the market. The price action is the price action. You can't run from it. You can live in denial, but I'm going to tell you, there's more money to be made. There's a lot of fun to be had, and it's not even really negative. When the price does go down, you're like, well, it's just hitting its golden pocket. And that gives it some legitimacy. That kind of gives what you guys are involved in some legitimacy too. You say, well, okay, cool. So it's the golden pocket. Yeah, as we look at the 100%, again, on the macro, okay, now I have drawn in here this same figure here. As we look at that 100% again on the Fibonacci's, if you guys have just shown up, hit the like button so I know who's just showed up. It'll let me know what to cover. Please, thank you. As we look at this 100% of the price move from the initiation of the price, or from kind of ground zero to the top level on Doge, okay, we're establishing that that's 100% of the price move. That's what the Fibonacci tells you guys. It's just a tool. Just select the tool. Go with the tool. Use the tool. And it's in TradingView for a reason. So 100% of the price action. What is this red level? The red level is just 23.6% of the price action that's given up. 23.6% of what? Of the entirety of the move. The whole move is considered 100%. You get it? So that would be a 100% move up. That's the entirety of the price action. Then the 23.6% is that percentage given up exactly that first red level. Guys, so that's a 23.6% drop off of this entire frequency. It's whichever frequency you define or whichever price action you define. You can define the macro, right? You can definitely define that macro, or you can define kind of a micro. We're on the macro there to explain that would be 23.6% given up of the entirety of the price action. And that's important. I mean, you have to say that's 23.6% of your holdings at that point. On the entirety, as we look at the entirety of the golden pocket, that's where we're at. That's a sweet spot, guys. That's the golden ratio. That's where things like to kind of find their niche. If we can find a good niche, we sure would like it to be this golden pocket. As we look at, well, where are things going to go from here? I'll tell you that, just based upon the literature and everything else, you guys will confirm this. The golden pocket, that golden ratio, is where things like to really kind of, I'd say solidify at the goal. They definitely like to reach the golden pocket. So it's no surprise that we've reached this. And you start to ask, well, hold on. It's no surprise that we've gone down 61.8 to 65%. That seems a little surprising if you look at the history of the market, guys. If you look at like solid investments across the board, they like to retrace to this golden pocket. The golden pocket is 61.8 to the 65th percentile of the entirety of the price action. Believe it or not, they like to do that. That's why they call it the golden pocket. That's why they call it the golden ratio. So enjoy that fact. I mean, this is part of the construct in terms of what you guys are learning. This is part of, I'd say, what would you guys say? Kind of your, not education. I'm not here just to educate you, but your sophistication in the market. I'd say definitely your sophistication. Yeah, you say, well, let's just say, the Goldman Sachs meeting wants to talk about, with JP Morgan, the golden, the guys, they will talk about like, well, it's going to hit the golden pocket. Brokers, traders will talk about that. If you guys are able to understand, well, it looks like Dogecoin may be falling apart. No, it's just hit its golden pocket. Right? It's just hit that 61.8 to the 65th percentile, that retracement that's kind of considered to be the golden ratio. That's a good thing. Okay, so we say, well, it's not good. It went down that far, but guys, everything retraces. On the micro, it retraces. On the macro, it retraces. So just enjoy that fact. Just enjoy that. We have Overkill Marine in the house. What's up, Overkill Marine? Very nice to have you, brother. Very nice to have you. VIP in the house. As we talk about the different levels of investment too, I'm not telling people how much to invest. I'm giving you a strategy. I'm giving you an idea as to how to prevent yourself from becoming overly involved at an expensive level. You'd be like, well, it's not going down. It's going up. Really? I just want to know, because the majority of investments, okay, the investing world, guys, and asset class, which Dogecoin is going to want to retrace to the 61.8. I've been discussing that, guys. I've been talking about having, cash heavily on the downside since this point in time. I have, essentially the nature of Bitcoin kind of expressed that to us. So always having reserve cash is never a bad idea, right? It just kind of makes sense. Why? Because so many people come up to me and say, well, London, I bought in way too high and I don't have any more money. It's all tied up right now. I'm like, oh no. That's not what we want, because I don't like people to feel like that. So if you have backup reserve cash, it's nice. If you understand things like to retrace, and guys, Dogecoin has done it not once, Dogecoin has done it twice. It's done it after this move up. Everything was fine after that, wasn't it? It sure was, right? Everyone was so excited. But it retraced to the 61.8 to the 65th percentile. After this move up in April, guys, this M pattern formation, it replicated that M pattern formation, and now we're same, guys, we're in the same boat. Not at the same exact price, because that 61% has actually gone up, okay, because we went up in overall price. So the 100% of the move here, okay, is going to be at a higher level if we retrace 61.8% than this, what was previously, let's say, defined as the 100% of the move here. So we can readjust that down based upon the previous interval. And now it's a larger kind of, the pie has expanded. The overall kind of the height of the Fibonacci has changed. If you guys have just showed up, hit the like button so I know what to cover that we may not have covered. We're talking about buying into Doge. If you guys want to hear the original information that maybe was covered that you didn't hear, let me know. That'll let me know kind of where you guys are at in terms of how many people are here versus how many people have kind of moved on. Once they've heard the information, they may say, okay, great, we got it. Trying to deliver the information to as many people as possible. I think it's very important in terms of kind of working on acquiring Dogecoin right now, working on acquiring Harmony One and Matic as we look at what we're discussing is some different different approach than we've had the last few days. We've been focused on kind of targeted kind of action on trading with pattern breakouts, etc. Now we're focused on acquisition. We're in the acquisition mode. We've kind of deployed our at least our mental facilities in terms of a strategy development, and we're looking at kind of the group dynamics as well, the VIP. We're looking at, okay, we want to get into acquisition because we think there's going to be some moves here coming up. It seems like it feels like we've reached a threshold. We can go into the analytics of what backs that up, but we want to know, like, what are those moves coming up? How are we going to profit from that? That's let's see. Let's kind of see what we've got going on in the chats for a second. Make sure you guys are doing well, and let's see what we've got. There we go. Let's talk about the different levels of investment here, guys. And in terms of day trading, we're not talking about day trading. We're talking about like a rational accumulation, a strategic accumulation of a strategic deployment of our cash at lower levels. That's all we're talking about right now. So in terms of the technical analysis, pattern breakout, etc., if you haven't paid attention to the channel, if you don't know what we've done as a group, you may not understand who we are. So that's just that is who we are. So we've been very successful, I would just state that, we've had a tremendous amount of success, and we're just very happy. We have a very strong group of traders, and it's just one of those things that, it may not be for everyone. I will agree with that. It may not be for everyone, but that's why we go through these basics, and we have covered them in depth for months. Okay, so nothing that happens is essentially new to us. It's not like there's a new dynamic tomorrow that's going to pop up, and we're not going to be prepared for it strategically. No, we're very fundamentally, we're very fundamentally sound in terms of kind of heavyweight cash towards these lower levels, like a double or a triple down. And guys, that's in line with some of the top traders on the street. Hector, shout out. Hector's a VIP. He understands. Yes, acquisition. You bet it. And it's like we're not going to go just put all our money in the top. We just don't do that. We structure the cash heavyweight towards the lower levels. We put in buy orders. We put in limit orders. That's a limit of the amount that we're going to pay for a quantity. We give those to the exchange, to the market maker, say this is what we want to pay at this level. This is what we want to pay at this level. All to the notion, just trying to, and this is just an example that we can bring up. If this were, if this in a hypothetical world, guys, in a hypothetical world, we're structuring cash more heavily towards the downside. We're doubling, then tripling down at each Fibonacci level, just because we want people to, to come up with a mindset. Oh, you're supposed to structure more cash towards the downside. Yes, you're supposed to have your cash, to achieve a lower cost basis, to achieve a better price per coin. If you take the entirety of your investment and you just decide, well, I'm going to go ahead and throw this in at the top, well, I mean, what good is that, guys? I mean, you have to buy low and sell high. That's what profit requires of you. I promise, guys. If you don't buy lower than what you sell at, it's going to be real difficult to make a profit. I don't mean that in any kind of condescending way. That's just profit has kind of the requirement of selling high after you've bought at a lower price. So if you don't ever plan on selling, that's fine. But you are in a market, and that's a dynamic of the market, guys. So we just want to structure this essentially things kind of like this demand curve. A demand curve has, guys. There's more demand as the price goes down. So this is just a logical, rational way of looking at the acquisition levels defined by the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so not much demand ever in this top red zone, just not much demand. Okay, so we just say, what if it's $100? Yeah, just start to pepper in a little bit of investment, no problem, right? Then let's say, okay, well, down from that, let's double down at this next level. All right, we'll say 200. Let's go ahead and triple down. Let's start tripling down because it's getting a little bit more interesting, right? Well, we'll go 600. Then let's say triple down 1,200, then maybe 5,400. Stacking the cash like this just gives us the framework, the mental framework to let ourselves know, essentially, that we need to preserve the cash for the lower levels. Because I talk with people all the time, guys. They throw the cash in up top. They expect it to go up and it goes down. They're like, I'm stuck up here. I'm stuck at this price. I'm like, that's not good. So I've developed this by looking at some of the top traders on the street. Okay, they'll say, we are prepared to they'll say this, we're prepared to double down at the lower levels. I've heard that from some of the top traders on the street that I've done research into. And this is just in line with that. It's a good strategy to maximize your profits and to minimize your risk. Because the problem is on this micro frequency, it might not make that big of a difference, right? But when you get up into here, if you look at, I've got 20 grand, I've got $20,000, I'm going to get involved in Dogecoin. I know it's going to go up. Well, I'll tell you this. We know on the whole, things like to retrace to the golden pocket, the 61.8. Correct. So if you were to say, well, I've got 20 grand, I'm going to throw it in right here. Everyone's excited. I'm throwing it in up here. All right, you can do that. Okay, and what's going to happen? Well, if you bought at 64 or 67 cents, which I know people that have, okay, what happens? Well, they've retraced 61% of the value of that. They've lost, if they put in 20 grand, they've lost 10 grand. They've lost more than 10 grand. Okay, so that's not a comfortable feeling. Then they're stuck in this, well, we have to hold. Okay, I understand the mentality. I understand the group mindset that, well, it's going to go up anyway, sure. But it's more fun. I'm going to say it's more fun. If you know it's going to go down, why don't you hit a pricing target in like a day and a half? You say, well, you don't know it's going to go down. Really? Well, then why is there a Fibonacci tool? Why is there a pricing target that gives me this exact figure after this high? Why is there a pricing target built into TradingView that literally gives me a pricing target of exactly where it hits after this high? Why is there a pricing target if we don't know it's going to go down there? If these aren't verifiable pricing targets and figures that are predetermined, literally and calculated by a tool that's given to us, why else would they be given to us? I'm just going to say, if anyone has an idea as to what other purpose, guys, that this exact price right here, that's behind the price line, behind these EMA ribbons, and behind this blue price line, if you come up with some other great definition that contravenes, guys, the entirety of the space in terms of finance, if you can come up with some other definition, that'd be great. But I just know from having studied it, you guys, you know too, that this pricing target means it's going to hit this level. Sometimes it passes through. That's why we double or triple down. We cover our downside risk. But look, every level essentially has been hit. Okay, and we do look at the this 50% hit as this level. We'll go to the candlesticks to really show it hit that level. So this first level, bam, was hit. This next level, bam, was hit. All of these levels are hit. Okay, there's great price action at every single level. So why would you take your 10, your 20, your 50 grand, your 100 grand, or your $5 or $10? Why would you take any amount of money if you know these levels are going to get hit? Why would you not hit them? It would take you another day, another maybe 10 hours to go ahead and say, no, I want to hit it. I want to get a little bit better of a price. I want to, okay, wait, time out. If there's a tool that we can use to predict where this is going to hit and I can make some money, ooh, that sounds great, because everyone else just made money. That's how what this turns into. The hype, the market mentality. If everyone else is making money, I want to get in and make money too. You need to focus on retracements, guys. You need to understand retracements are a natural part of the ball game. It's just, it happens in every market with anything with a price, guys. Things retrace. They go up, they go down. There's natural fluctuations in the price. Nothing is going to just purely go up. There's always going to be this level of retracement. Both on the micro frequency, as we look at kind of the micro, let's zoom in again and get a good idea of this. Let's get a good grasp on this notion. Let's look at this in terms of this most recent micro frequency here has a move to the upside and it has a retracement. Okay, every frequency, pricing frequency you see is a move up and a retracement. Okay, this recapitulated the entirety of the price frequency. I'm going to say it gave up. If we were to do a Fibonacci on this one, look at this here. It went, and for the 100% that this price frequency represented, it gave up the full 100%. That full 100% is, as we start off on the top level, remember, is 23.6% down of the entirety of that move. If the entirety of that move is 100%, right, represents 100%, the full entirety of the move, then it's going to be 23.6% down. The next is 38.2% down, then 50%. 50% of the entirety of this move. That's the midway point. Okay? In this instance, this bottom level is the 100%. That's the full recapitulation. That's the full kind of surrender of the price action. This frequency gave up the entirety of it. Now, this one, what will happen here? Because you're saying, well, that it's going to go up, right? Everyone's convinced it's going to go up. So, what I will say is, what we're going to say in terms of this, is it going to recapitulate in line with the previous, periodic, instance here? I'll say it looks like it's holding together relatively well. We can do some analytics on it, but what I'll say, definitely, kind of the key is, let's see, what I'll say is the notion that we are in a descending triangle makes a difference right now. Okay, so whether or not this is going to pull out, go to the upside, right? Yeah, that'd be great. If it's going to pull out and go to the upside, if it's going to get some action, what we're going to talk about is in a descending triangle. We have to discuss kind of the fundamentals of technical analysis here. Okay, it's in a descending triangle. What is that? It's a bearish pattern. Why is that? Well, typically it's going to involve complete recapitulations. Can it be beat? Absolutely, no problem. It certainly can be beat, but on the whole, it is considered to be a bearish pattern. Why? It's a continuation pattern. All right? It starts here, and it's in spite of people holding, in spite of people being excited, guys, this is going to require some massive amounts of cash to get up and out of this. Can it occur? Sure. It just hits you just hit your golden pocket. But when you talk about it being a continuation pattern, typically a descending triangle, and that's established, guys, by this line of resistance along the top. There's multiple lines of contact across the top of this line. Okay, and the difficult thing about I'd say about a descending triangle is a lot of times you'll think, well, we just broke out of it. Okay, well, what will happen is unless you really achieve some pricing action, you'll just wind up expanding that descending triangle. You may say, oh, well, we've conquered it. Well, then you're just going to expand that descending triangle, okay, with any additional pricing action. So that's what becomes difficult. You really need to power through, and you really need to see some incredible price action to really get yourself back up. And there's a reason why, technically speaking, that it is it's called a bearish pattern, because we would expect the continuation of it to the downside. Is that a necessarily bad thing? I'll tell you this much. We just talked about the fact, and you guys don't want to lose your holdings. I don't want anyone to lose their holdings. If it goes down to this 78.6, I'm going to say this. It's going to be a big move, first of all, because currently you're at 33 cents. Just so you're prepared for the notion, so that someone talks to you about it, guys. What is the 78.6? You know, the 78.6 is about the 15-cent mark. Okay, now it doesn't have to go there, but you guys will know if it does. You heard here just the basic fact. You cannot argue with the fact that the 78.6% retracement is 15 cents, 15.19. So it's not whether or not you like it or not. It's not what that fits your view of what should happen with it. That's not even it, guys. Not your essentially, it's not any of our ideas or any of our projections. It's definitely going there. It's just a fact. Okay, of the entirety of the price action from ground zero to its high, the actual 78.6% retracement is 15 cents. Now, that's important. You're at the level above it. No one wanted to go there either. But the fact that people who heard that at this channel were more prepared for it. The people who heard, I'm just going to tell you, if it doesn't make any reason to, if you're not involved in profit, then why do you want to get to $1? I'm just going to say that. If certainly you want to make cash. You don't want to lose it. I understand it's an unpopular opinion to talk about the price going down. I understand that. It's reality. It's already retraced 61.8%. You guys know that. It has retraced 61.8%. Okay? That's a big retracement. It could retrace 78.6%. Is that intended to fear or FUD? No, it's just a fact. It is the entirety, guys. It's essentially the Fibonacci tool at work. Is bringing that information to you. It's automatically calculated. Why else would the exchange give us something that automatically calculates the 78.6? I'm just curious. So we could not talk about it and say that'll never happen or be upset about it? No, it's a functional part of the discussion in terms of you guys understanding and of me understanding pricing behavior, pricing action. It just is. It's the same on Dogecoin as it would be on any stock or anything else. It's a part of the price action. We can't argue with it. Right? We can't really say we disagree with it. It is what it is, guys. And we can try and avoid the unavoidable. It just is what it is. Not that we're going to go there. But at least we talk about it. I appreciate you guys listening to it because it's an important facet of what everyone who draws a Fibonacci is going to look at and just identify. Yeah, that's right. That is. The 78.6 is 15%. Or I'm sorry, is 15 and what? 19 100 cents. Or 15 and about 2.10 cents. So yeah, that's just a fact. Okay, so we don't have to get emotional about it. We try and divorce emotion from our trading career, or what are you going to call it? Your trading, your endeavors. We try and divorce emotion, separate emotion from your trades. The more emotional you are, the more problems you're going to have. Well, I don't want it to go to the 78.6. I want to hold on to that. In terms of the notion, it's only going to go up, guys. The more emotional you are in your trades, the more difficulty you're going to have. You understand that. You're going to make a rational decision. You're going to be you're going to start hitting the button, and buying more at the wrong time or selling at the wrong time. When you're not rationally guided, you're not going to be holding I'd say holding on to the principles in terms of rational behavior, in terms of even keeping excess or reserve cash position so you can deploy it if it goes down. You may be holding and you're very emotional now because you've bought in at 75 cents and now you're down 61.8% or 65%. Maybe you feel like you have no other option than to hold. That becomes a very emotional endeavor. We always focus on having reserve cash. Maybe you guys don't like that, or maybe you do like that. I like having reserve cash. Why? Because if it goes down to the 78.6, I can deploy my cash at this level, and like every other single level, guys, that it's hit, okay, every other level, it's made people great money. So if it does hit this, it's an opportunity for me. It's an opportunity for people to look at it and say, yeah, that's not bad at all. That's going to represent maybe like a 50 to 100% profit on your trade. A 50 to 100% profit. Okay, I can deal with that. If it goes up, do I have exposure? Sure. Right now we went through with the VIP, we went through an accumulation phase today. It's not that we're planning on this thing just to go down. If it goes down, we're prepared for it. We understand the market dynamics. We're not going to hide from, from half of the possibility of the market. If it's going to go up or it's going to go down, guys, we're not going to shut that part of our brain off just, to be solely focused on, it has to get to $1. We're just not going to do that. We're rational. So we appreciate you guys being here. If you've just showed up, you haven't been here since the beginning, hit the like button so I know how many people just showed up. We'll go through maybe some different coins, etc., so you guys understand what's going on. But that'll help me know how many people have been here, versus the whole time or that have just shown up. We have a lot of people cycle through that get a little information on the Fibonacci's. A lot of them go to put orders in and do different things. Again, not financial advice, guys. Just important kind of market strategy that we like to discuss from an educational standpoint. We look at books from the New York Institute of Finance. I have a certification in markets and financial history in terms of professional background. So we like looking at financial instruments, at assets. We have a great group, the VIP, and you Basecamp guys. We appreciate you being here. Part of the reason we went live tonight was from Basecamp. I want you guys to know that. Wanted you guys to just be plugged into that. Appreciate that. John is in the house. John, we'd love you to go ahead and go ahead and sign up. We were just talking about Basecamp and VIPs. If you've been watching quite a while, we'd love to have you as a member of the community. It kind of lets us know, that people belong. It's a real marginal kind of first step to get into Basecamp. It's real nominal. So you do get a badge by your name. You get to be welcomed by the community, and we look forward to having you guys at least in Basecamp. And the Basecamp guys like, yeah, you're here. You've been watching. Yeah, you got to join Basecamp. That was the whole idea. We formed that just to let you guys know, and we were showing a lot of positive, belief in Dogecoin when we formed it, and that's why I love the story. Right in here, we had followed it and traded it this whole time. Then around here, we decided I said I'm gonna form Basecamp. I want this thing to turn into Basecamp. Garland in the house. Welcome, Garland. So nice to see you. I said I'm gonna form Basecamp in and around this area. And what we're going to do is I want to see who all believes that we're going to go up. So that was, Garland's just entered. He's a VIP. Very happy to have Garland in the house. And, guys, the VIPs are privy to a lot of the information, a lot of the pricing targets that we go through. I specifically share those, and I spend a lot of time on the charts to give to the VIP members because I want them to be accurate. I really do. It's really my goal. And I know that you guys, just like you would walk into a club, you say, like, sir, would you need some champagne this evening? Like, I want to give you guys the best charts that I can possibly give you guys. And I want you guys to be able to really enjoy your conversations there on Twitter, etc., in your DM, your private DM there, the exclusive zone, this exclusive, kind of VIP zone, just really, exclusive VIP access with all the charts and everything else. I want you guys to be able to really communicate and have a great time. So, Garland, want to make sure that you're plugged in to that. Atsalan, it's always nice to have you as well. As we talk about just to remind ourselves, we're discussing an accumulation. Boy, that was loud. I'm sorry, that sounded like something broke, didn't it? I'm not sure why that sounded like something broke, but did you hear that? Yeah, wow. You'll remember that one, won't you? I think so, huh? Yeah, that sounds like something broke. That would be the head and shoulder on Bitcoin. So yeah, ouch, that was loud, huh? Sounds like it sounds like my computer is letting us know for sure that something's broken down. That's great. We look forward to the pricing action on the downside, allowing us to get involved. Dandro, VIP in the house. Nice to have you. And Len, it's nice to have you as well. We're looking forward to everyone upgrading who's not to VIP so that you have access to these back doors. But you guys heard that break, huh? I think you'll remember that one. That was ouch. What is it? You got to break the neckline, huh? Ouch, huh? You do. You have to break the neckline on the head, the left shoulder, the right shoulder. Bam. So that's essentially what has occurred. What you have going in your favor for BTC, which is going to affect Doge and everything else, guys. So let's play. All right. All right. This is not good sound. Ouch. I'm going to have to turn that down. We have, I don't know why, but we have just definitely heard a fuzz buzz here. I think I have a fuzz buster. Something has happened with, I'm not sure what's happened. Let's take care of that. Why don't I turn that off? Because that's, now we have someone, welcome to Base Camp. I think you have broken the microphone. So I think you've broken the microphone. Impressive. Let me see if I can turn that off so that we don't have to experience that. I'm not sure what's happened, but in the context of the wow, that's impressive there. I think I may be able to do that. And there we go. I don't think that will hit again like that. Let me go ahead and turn this down so you guys don't have to hear that. And we'll have to deal with the alert box. There we go. Now you're good. You're good to go. I've turned both of those off so you won't have to experience that anymore because that was loud 2 times. 2 times. 3-star Ace is in the house. He has just joined. We're excited to have him here and all you guys with the essentially the VIP. Definitely 3-star Ace is coming into the base camp. We're excited to see that. It's nice to have you here, and you're going to join a great group right now, and we just look forward to to additional things. Eric Jones in the house. We have VIP Eric Jones, also Almor Fati Ritesh. What's going on, brother? From Dubai. That's right, VIP from Dubai. That is so great. And sorry about that audio, guys. That was just craziness, huh? I don't know. I'm going to have to get my system diagnosed. It looks like you guys may have broken if you broke the microphone, that's fine. And let's see what we got. Let's see what else we got. Drew Mazur. Nice. You guys are learning. It's good to see you're learning. As we broke that neckline, you guys never remember that. Wham, huh? So that's the neckline. We got through the target action here. It's going to fall out throughout the entirety of the market. So we have to, the entirety of the head to this neckline, guys, is going to be extended here. That's the target. I already have it drawn out beforehand. It's just pouring down right now. So you are in a position on your RSI. I'll bring up the only good thing on your RSI. I'm going to bring this all the way up so you're able to really look at this RSI. And I want you just to really focus on that because, essentially, once you get to a certain point, it's going to want to try and kind of kick up. Let's go to the hourly. Let's see how much more you have to go. On the hourly, looks like you have some more room to go down in that RSI. Always back out, zoom out. And when you look at your RSI, the bigger the time frame, the more consistent your RSI should be. So that 15-minute time frame that we're just in has a little bit different of a notion of the RSI requirements. Again, under 30 is going to mean essentially that you're oversold, which should have a positive indication. In the price. We got some humor going on with Burn Key Herring. Very nice. If you guys have just showed up to the stream, go ahead and let me know by hitting the like button. That'll let me know what I need to cover. Okay, we're covering Dogecoin, Harmony One. We're covering a lot of different things right now. We're going through acquisition, but I need to know how many people have been here since the beginning versus how many people have just shown up. So if you've just shown up, hit the like button. I'll see the number change, and I'll be able to go through some of the other information that we've already covered earlier in the stream. Tonight I just decided to get on. I know it's a little bit late, but I wanted to engage anyone who needed to kind of understand what's going on in the market right now. We have anticipated kind of this drop. Bitcoin has fallen down 4%, 5%. A lot of essentially everything is down right now. So we're going to be hitting our pricing targets. I got videos out this morning. Guys, I got strong videos out to the entirety. 3-star Ace, nice to have you in the base camp. We really look forward to you upgrading to VIP. All of you, we're looking forward to you upgrading or becoming a member of VIP because we're sharing these pricing targets with our VIP in advance, guys. This morning, giving the information to the VIP so that they could deploy their pricing targets and their trading activity in advance. Okay, so beforehand, giving multiple hours of advance. This morning, discussing, all of these pricing activities essentially in our VIP, just so you guys know, giving the information specifically to, just going through to everybody, guys, to all 80 plus of them and just saying, here you go, I want to make sure you guys have all of the pricing targets. So this is Dogecoin. I want to make sure you have all the pricing targets. That was this morning. So giving people ample time to go ahead and digest this information. It's just one of the perks, and for a VIP perk. And I spend a lot of time at that level of membership just really focusing. And I did decide to come live because I want to make sure the base camp crew are definitely here. We got Gilbert. We look forward to you joining. Captain Caribe. We look forward to that Harmony One. We gave out pricing targets on Harmony One in a video this morning. So we're definitely trying to fill all the needs of the space. We're real focused on. We love Dogecoin. We really like Elon. We're big fans of Elon and the Doge kind of movement. We've been around since 0.007, kind of personally, and used to shoot some videos then around right after that moment. Yeah, it's been 100x, so it's been very nice. We're looking at the retracement now. It's just talking about the fact that we're in kind of a, what would you call this? A descending triangle. That's a bearish pattern. We've been talking about the amounts of cash to be deployed at the different levels. Just as an example, guys, just as an example of what we can kind of look at in terms of what's a continuation pattern. We focus on technical analysis. After Duke, I went and worked with a kind of a tycoon, like a mogul, right? And he had me be the lead analyst on like $1 billion equity fund. That's just the truth, okay? So, I had to, essentially be very accurate. I had an economics degree. A lot of you guys are professionals, so you know this, but I had an economics degree and a certification in markets, and all my numbers had to be perfect. I was working across the table. We were working across the table from Harvard Foundation, and I'm like, well, okay, we're working with Harvard. I have to be accurate. For the first time in my life, I really felt like all these numbers really have to be right now. Like, this is Harvard that I'm working with, and we're looking at investing Harvard's money. So it was a big deal. It was a big deal for me, and it was kind of a wake-up call. I was 21 years old, 21 to 22 years old, and kind of a lead analyst on $1 billion equity fund. I was like, and I'm working across the table from Harvard. I'm like, yeah, I have to really get into this and really master this stuff, really get to the point where I don't have a tolerance for inaccuracies, okay, or if there are any assumptions, at least to discuss them. So for a while now, guys, I've had this mentality, and I like to be able to bring to you guys, information in terms of what is the technical approach to this? What does the technical analysis say about where this is headed and why, right? What's the pricing target? How do we involve ourselves at a reasonable kind of rational level to be kind of an ordinary kind of, reasonable participant in the market right now? The way we did that today as a VIP group, I went ahead and gave them the pricing targets, not financial advice, just, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's likely. And as we say that, it's one of those. It is that notion in terms of what would we say? How do we participate in the market at a reasonable kind of rational level? How can we frame the different the different moves we're going to make and make sure that they comport with what's expected of us. If we don't do what's expected of us to generate profit, okay, or at least a reasonable degree of behavior, we're going to get washed out, guys. We're going to have a bad experience in the market. I find that we meet a lot of people that we like in this space, in the crypto space. So I don't want people to get washed out. I don't want people to have a bad experience. And some people are like, well, that's just what it is. They need to take care of themselves. They're responsible for themselves. I don't have that mentality, guys. I have a mentality, I want to help other people. I want to try and do only good every day. I like that. That's kind of refreshing to me. It's kind of like a new lease on the day every day. It's like, well, hold on. We can try and do only good every day. I'm up for that. And not that I succeed every day or that I've succeeded every day in the past, but I can wake up today and say, I like that. That's a good group. I want to be around that group. So as we look at what that is, I think profit's good. I think profit is definitely good. I think good community is nice as well. And it's just it is what it is. I'll just say that it's a good crew. And the ideal is that the further that we instill this common sense, this rationale, and kind of a good way of participating in the market. I just tell you, I know for a fact what's going on sometimes in the market. I like that. I'll tell you that. Instead of guessing at what's going on, I know for a fact right now, as you're looking at Dogecoin, I know for a fact why you're paused right there. I promise you I know why it's doing a hiccup right there and why it's stopped right there. Why? Because we have orders right there that are literally getting picked up right now. How do I know that? Because I know the VIP members in this community, in this group right here today, and I know that I gave them, and we just talked about the Fibonacci's. They could have drawn it themselves. I gave it to them. They could have drawn it in 2 seconds, but at least we knew what was going to go on. We thought that we knew that. I brought this up because Bitcoin was set to kind of break down, right? And what happened? It's broken down. So that's having an effect on the market. It had just reached its threshold. That's why I discussed kind of, some of this information today in terms of the accumulation, right? So I know exactly why it's at this level. I know it precisely, while other people will look at it and stare and not know what it's going to do. I mean, we have a direction. We know exactly the level it's at and why. That's the level of precision that I want in the group, or that I appreciate, that I enjoy. I mean, I honestly enjoy that, and not just say like, you can say that in two different regards, right? I mean, I do enjoy it. It's nice it's a nice, like, almost a luxury to have. And it's kind of it is nice, guys, to understand what the market's doing. I mean, that's huge. I mean, because so many people look at the market, they have no clue what's going on. And not that we know every move in advance. No, you deal with statistics, you deal with probabilities, you deal with the technical elements that you have, your understanding of finance, right, of assets, investments. You know everything, but you can play the odds one way or the other. You can gauge your own behavior one way or the other. You can protect yourself, from any exposure at a higher level by making sure you do what? Well, if you're doing 100, 200, 600, 1200, 5400, all right, that's beautiful, right? You're accumulating more coins at a lower price. What's it doing? It's going down. All right, so this makes sense. Of course it makes sense. You want more coins at a lower price, right? And then from here, well, what happens if it goes down? Well, we double or we triple down that at the lower level. What's that lower level? That lower level would be the 78.6. That's not that I wanted to go there. That's just a fact. That would be the lower level. Like, period. That's it. It might have some fun around this golden pocket. That might be nice too. If we want to retest that golden pocket, that might be some good profits for people. What do you guys think? The golden pocket already hit for, what was it on Dogecoin? It already hit for. Wow. It was real nice back at this previous golden pocket. I'll just tell you that. Previously on the macro, guys, you have to understand the golden pocket hit for what? Because after this first M pattern formation in April, yeah, you don't like the golden pocket now, but I certainly remember you guys liked it then. It was 262%. Very nice. Very nice. So we would like to see, maybe does it want to recreate something like that? That would be nice, wouldn't that? Instead of going down to the lower level, if you talk about it that way, it makes a big difference. Now you're talking about it going up. I sure am. Both of the possibilities exist. You have a history of hitting it and it going up 260%, or now you're in a descending triangle. Maybe it wants to go down to the lower level. Well, what's going to happen there? It's going to hit. And what's going to happen? People are going to make money. Why? Because everyone who's using a Fibonacci tool knows that that's the level. It's not just me. It's the sophisticated level of traders who look at the Fibonacci's and say, yes, this is the level of investment. Why else would they give us the Fibonacci tool? Why else would they have us looking at some 78.6, some mysterious level? There's nothing mysterious about it, guys. You guys understand that? There's zero that is mysterious about this. It's a very straightforward application. But I'll say this, it's not common knowledge. But once you understand what a Fibonacci is, it becomes very digestible. It becomes very, just commonplace in terms of everything that you look at. You expect to now see, okay, well, where's the Fibonacci, right? It just becomes an easy expectation. It becomes a rational part of your behavior. I'd say your behavior in the markets. So yeah, that's and it becomes something that's very predictable, and that you gain some understanding and you start to like. Yeah, I mean that's one of the nice things about it. It gives a level of conformity. I'd say conformity, and not program trading. We're not a buyer's club. No, it's just a level of conformity throughout the markets, both in stocks, bonds, commodities, crypto, everything, guys. Okay, so it's a level of conformance throughout the markets that let us know pricing targets. So that's really nice. It exists in all those different spheres, from the stocks, the bonds, from the commodities to any derivatives. You guys, the Fibonacci's are there. It's that commonality. It is what is there. So yeah, we like that conformance of the markets to these retracement principles. It's really solid. Now look at this. It's kicked up right there. Why? Well, we know why, right? We know exactly why, because there are orders there, right? So it's not there is zero kind of mystery behind this. Look, it's exactly contacted exactly the 50%, right? That's very normal. That's on the hourly chart as a direct hit, right? So yeah, when people say, well, maybe we don't like, or maybe we do like, right? So this is not you like it or you don't like it. No, this is target incoming direct hit. And when you see target incoming direct hit at the 50%, we know there are orders there. Is it enough to hold it up? I don't know, because I have a feeling that people put heavier amounts of cash at the lower levels. It's nice that it provides some strength to the market right now. As things retrace, it pushes things out into kind of a bullish pattern, which is that helps support Doge, that helps support the price action while things are kind of bleeding down. That's a reason maybe that Doge is down like 2%. Maybe some of the other ones are down like 6 and 7. Maybe some down like 8 to 12. Some are down maybe 20. 9, let's say 9 here, Silo, right? So this is 10, SMTX or STMX. So yeah, there's maybe a reason why Doge is doing well right now. Okay, because we have an understanding that people are deploying different levels of investment here, and more investment at the lower levels. Why? Because it's in line with the demand curve. They want a cheaper price. At a lower price, they're going to have more demand. People, if this is going to $1, understand, people would rather get it at 30 cents than 40 cents. Right? It's just you're going to make more money. So there's more of a demand. So that's the mystery resolved as we normally look, guys, at the price here. We're going to say, well, we'll go ahead and give it to you. It's a direct hit. But what is this? If we don't have this, I'm going to say mystery solved, because this is where it turns into a mystery. What's going on with the price? What are we looking at? We have, we'll have no idea, right? We'll just have no idea. So this makes it more functional. This makes it something we can talk about, something we can plan and trade with. We hit it beforehand here. We didn't exactly go public with it. We didn't go have a big kind of live stream, etc. But yeah, this here was a predefined level. Did it hit this level? Let's look. There you go. It hit there. Direct hit on the candles. You see that hit at the 50%. So you've already played this level, right? It'll probably play less this time because you've already played it once, okay? When I say you played it once, you played this 32, 38. You've already played it once. So it had a great return there. Let's look at the return the first time you played it. All right, that was a return of about 10%, 10, 13%. Okay, that's maybe about normal. So it looks like you're kicking up now. You're trying to have a return on this. Your heavier money's going to be at these lower levels. All right, because people will play this golden pocket probably more strongly with a stronger hand in terms of cash than they'll play this 50%. Yeah, that makes sense. The lower the price, the more demand you're going to have. That golden pocket is the 61.8 to the 65th% retracement. Just the entirety of the price action on this frequency is 100%, retracing 61.8% of this frequency, not of the entirety of the price, just of this frequency, gives you this golden pocket. Okay, so we structure things, and we just do this for purposes of illustration. 100, 200, we're going to double down, then we're going to triple down. 600, then triple down. 1,200, then triple down. 5,400. Why? Just to keep the cash at the lower levels. Because if it likes to retrace to this level, the 61.8 to the 65th percentile every time, I'll tell you, we'd like to have at least, most of our cash at that level or below. If there's a chance it's even going to go lower than that, we never want to be exposed at a higher price. Okay, we never want to be overexposed at a higher price. That's part of profit. That's part of what we gear our portfolios to, right? Look at Shannon in the house, VIP in the house. Very, very nice to have Shannon in the crew. Shannon's great. She's involved in Twitter quite a bit, and wow, not sure that I cleaned that up. I just hit some other button. I'm not sure what I hit. For some reason, I don't know why, we've hit I think someone broke the internet. You guys know what happened with the internet? Something has officially been broken. That's okay. That's okay. If the internet is broken, maybe Doge broke it. It's possible. I guess maybe the dog chews through the dog ate the homework and Doge broke the internet. That's okay. We'll look back at this night. We did deploy into Dogecoin, and maybe somehow we broke the internet. I don't know. That is possible. I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but I'm hearing some stuff on my end that's like, ow, something is broken. We're in the Wild West. That's funny. What I'll say, if you guys can hit the like button if you haven't been here the whole time, I'll know what to cover. I covered some information originally up front in the stream here, and I want to know kind of what I need to cover. I'll go through the different maybe coins, different things. I'll go through the different things so that we know essentially what to cover and what not to cover. So let's get into, let's just get into kind of the additionals here, depending upon how many people have just shown up. I'll be happy to cover additional that information that we already covered. There's no problem. No problem at all. So we're talking about Dogecoin, talking about Matic, talking about Harmony One. Now we got Robert Garcia in the house. What's up, VIP? What's going on? Wanted to just stream and let you guys know, like, yeah, we want to go through. Robert, tell me you're in the Twitter, brother. You got to be in the Twitter. If you're not, go into the description right now. Make sure you go over there. I think you are, right? But just make sure that you're over in the Twitter because we have that exclusive chat, everything else. I've been real tired lately, so I'm almost positive you're over there. I've been sending you probably DMs, night and day. You're like, we got all the DMs. But I gave out the great information today on Dogecoin to the VIP, just because I wanted to. I just saw it going into retracement. I just saw that before it happened, and I really wanted to make sure our VIPs were well prepared and they had enough time to really get involved with things. Now it looks like definitely we're going into kind of a breakdown right now from this head and shoulders. It's a big move for Doge to capitulate, to give up out of this, and that's what I foresaw earlier today. I just saw that this head and shoulders was forming. We were not getting over this 200-day EMA, this exponential moving average. We were not getting over it, and it just looked like it was going to continue to frustrate. So I got those accumulation, and guys, just pricing targets, the pricing targets to the VIP. I wanted to stream also because I know we have a lot of members that are also base camp, etc. And oh, no kidding, you're Doge Skywalker. I know this. I'm going to have to say, I know this. My fault. We had like 2 and 2 makes 4. Like that's, yeah, absolutely Doge Skywalker. I know that. Now, it's funny. I had a visual on your face exactly, and I'm like, who are you over there? I'm like, well, you've got the other. You have the Doge, that Doge folio. So yeah, nice to chat with you a little bit today. And I think we're looking at doing well. I'll say that. It looks like we're going to do well on these retracements. Looks like we were right on. We were right on, Robert, with the need to engage in kind of pricing. Yeah, we hit that perfectly. We're going through, Bitcoin. We timed that up perfectly. Bitcoin's kind of dropping down. You're getting some fallout in the other coins. Matic is going down and picking up orders. It's headed down to that first level. Yeah, we'll get to see what fills in Matic, right? As it goes down, we know we have orders lined out at the different levels. It's exciting for us because we know we have orders. Right, we know we have orders. This striation, essentially, as these become lighter and lighter, we have heavier amounts of resource cash deployed. So this was a nice chart. I was really happy to share this with you guys. I think it's a really kind of professional looking. The more you digested this chart, I think it's a really nice way to look at the markets right now. You've already deployed through here. Cash will become heavier in and around here, gauging the possibility if there is a complete retracement, or to the extent you get into more serious retracements, if it doesn't want to maintain this line, okay, so let's say Matic, it doesn't want to maintain this previous channel, okay, well, you'll deploy cash in and along these levels, but you'll have the backup and resource cash to not ever be caught at a higher price. That's so crucial, right, to not ever be caught at a higher price. And it's just nice to be able to be with a group that understands that dynamic. Like, how great. Guys, smash the like button. I'd appreciate that. We're up late, and we want to make sure we give you this information. I also want to know that you guys like the information. Maybe you guys want to, just watch live pricing. I'll put live pricing. I'll put a music on. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you guys would like to watch that. As we look at Engine, a lot of you guys are ENJ, Engine Coin. I wanted to bring that up because it's had some nice price action. So the Fibonacci's apply to anything, guys. They apply to Doge. They apply to Bitcoin. They apply to commodities, derivatives. They apply to stocks. They apply to bonds. The Fibonacci's are going to work for whatever you're involved with. The death cross stuff. People want to know about the death cross. A crossover, the EMAs, 50 and the 200. It's the same story, Mark. I'll say it's the same kind of stories you look at. You're going to run into that when you go below your moving average. It's a fancy terminology. It's used. It is. it is used in the industry. It's the standard of the industry, so we could definitely talk about it. It's just, the big story on Bitcoin, it's a little bit, when you talk about that, people who aren't involved, they're like, what is a death cross? It sounds like, it's kind of serious stuff, right? So I prefer just generally to talk about, something kind of like, well, we have crossed below the 200-day exponential moving average. If you stay down here long enough and continue to the downside, you're gonna run into some other, if we start talking about like there's a Hiroshima iron butterfly on the straddle for the, put options, whatever you can get into, we can talk about all different types of, different code. It just isolates some people, and some people are kind of afraid of it. So it's a death cross. It's just, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it is. But like, why don't we just nicely kind of say, well, we've dropped below the 200-day exponential moving average. But it is a terminology to know, and it's just not a surprise that will come into effect, guys. If you hang out below the 200 exponential moving average, that's going to come into play. So the fact that, that's big news, now it's happening. Now the big news is, guys, is the nature of the overall trend here. Okay, the overall trend for Bitcoin is just frustrated to the top side. It's just a slow, lethargic, overheated kind of run out of gas 3 months ago kind of deal. Zero surprise at all that this is occurring. That's why I've literally, been telling people, preserve your cash on the downside. I've said that 1,000 times. Have I not? At least 1,000 times. To everybody while they're selling people Bitcoin, having them sign up on Bybit to go buy more Bitcoin. Like, oh my gosh, man. The nature of Bitcoin. And people aren't prepared to trade. That's the one thing. If they could trade, that'd be great, but they can't. Right? People don't understand how to trade, most people. We have a very good group because you guys are interested in trading. You guys understand the dynamics of kind of deployment of cash, like buy low, sell high. You understand the discipline involved. It's not an overnight deal. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And a lot of people just kept thinking that Bitcoin was going to be this get-rich-quick-forever scheme, and it's just retracing. I mean, look at this. It's just a frustrated, pricing action. It's just, we have done this so many times. I'm going to do it one more time just so we know exactly what happened. The nature of this trend, while they're still selling, people literal Bitcoin at this level in here, I'm like, are you serious? Because, you're still selling it to people right here after you have compromised the slope of what you're doing to the point that the next, and I drew this out so many times before this happened, your next move is going to be like that. I literally drew that out so many times before it happened, just so people, would understand, like, that's the next move. What's the next move from there? We have these moves on Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Yeah, I mean, I went through this so many times before this happened. I was looking at the people over in Dubai and everything else. I was like, are you kidding me? You're still selling. And I'll just say, right in there, you're still selling? I mean, because that's cooled off to the degree. Right there, okay, maybe you can push up, but right there, you're still selling and saying it's going to $500,000 like soon? Like, right there, you're still selling? You haven't even accomplished, right there, it's like, you're already compromising. Your higher high is already compromised right there. Your higher high is like really compromised right there. Your not higher high is right there. And that's when people are still selling the heck out of this thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then like I was talking about, like, your next move is like, bam, to the downside. Right? So, and at some point you'll want to move back up. That's the good news. But that's just a very natural kind of a natural progression, okay, of something that is cooling off, or it needs to cool off. It's overheated, right? $1 trillion of overheated, and a lot of speculation. A lot of people made a lot of money. The same guys that are selling things on Bybit and everything else, guys, they're making a lot of cash with that stuff. So just don't get it. I always recommend just don't get involved in anything that seems too risky. Just, play a level hand in the market if you can, and try and operate rationally. I would just always say that. Try and operate rationally. I think we definitely can. That's what our goal is. Just try and maintain common sense. If we can do that, we're doing each other a favor. I'll tell you that much. We're doing each other a good favor if we can do that. And I know we can. We have a great group, and it's been fun. So far, it's been fun. When these prices go down, we know what? We know they're going to our targets, right? Interesting. Interesting. Mark, I'm open to that idea. It does sound a little bit. It sounds a little bit dark. I'll agree with that. I won't. Yeah, I think that's an interesting assessment you made in terms of what they would say about the death cross. It's just very interesting. There may be some ritualistic history to it that I don't know. I prefer to talk about the exponential moving average. So it's just, I don't know. It is a part, you'll read it in textbooks, etc. But I just, guys, the exponential moving average, just, get into the technicals, into the nuances of it. If you're new and you have just shown up, you haven't been here the whole time, hit the like button, the thumb up, so I know that you've tuned in. That's my way of knowing whether or not I've covered all the information that you might want to be privy to as we go over Dogecoin targets, as we go over Matic targets, as we go over Harmony One targets. That will help me in Bitcoin issues. That will help me know how many people have just shown up. It's about 38. I've just been counting every now and then. I normally don't ask people just to smash it for no reason, but that'll let me know how many people have just shown up. And that's a good thing. You guys are up kind of late going through things, but this is kind of crypto, isn't it? You're like, yeah, this is crypto. So let's look at currently, Doge on the hourly is showing a sell by TradingView, not me. On the daily is showing a sell. On the weekly is showing a sell. On the monthly is showing a sell. And this is the indicator on the bottom right. I just want to see what that is. On the minute, that's still, everything's just pegged in around the sell. It's just calculating. Across the board, can it give us anything? No, it doesn't even want to move on the second. Down to the second, it's just sell, 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 sell. All right, well, that's okay. Very interesting, because what are we doing? Well, we would be the ones who are buying, right? We're the one, as you look at TradingView, what a great example, huh? Because we're the ones that literally are sitting here with deployed, essentially, guys, how funny is this? Because we're the ones, I guess this is why we're doing good and not everyone does well in the market, right? The crew and the VIP, that's a great example. We just went through all the different time frames on Dogecoin, and it's saying sell, 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 right? Well, what we're doing, we're deploying our cash in the form of limit orders at the different levels of the Fibonacci, both in the micro frequency here and on the aggregate as it plays out into the different, into the different. Oh gosh, isn't that funny, guys? I just think it's funny, and maybe it's not funny, but it's just very odd. It would be telling everyone to do one thing, and we're like, no, yeah, we're like, no, we'd be buying this. Thank you very much. I mean, what is the market psychology? You talk about like the death cross or whatever else is going on. It's like we shouldn't listen to half the stuff we probably hear. It seems like we're very well structured in terms of common sense, etc. And we have a very good. We've got some good results, right? You guys all saw what Kent Gifford did. Oh gosh, I love it. Kent, where are you, brother? I'm sure he's in the crowd. He's like, I knew they were going to do this. I knew London was going to bring this up. But as you look at this, you guys saw what Kent did. First of all, this is cool, huh? I did this tonight. I thought it was cool with the Doge in space with like little, molecular, stuff going on. I thought that was cool. But you saw what Kent Gifford did. Kent, you are a crazy, crazy dude, right? He went and he deployed. First of all, he's done well enough in trading. He's a VIP member. I spent time in session. I taught Kent a lot of technical analysis. So when he does well, I'm like, good. Continue to expect to do well. We spent just hours, with different, doing different things, and me teaching him different components. That's Kent. Well, I spent a lot of time in sessions going over alpha trading with him. What is alpha? How do you achieve it in the market? What does that mean? And so he took his money from the market that he had made. He went and used the same strategy in the casinos, and he cleaned up. So I was just like, oh gosh, it's like, I have to give him a hard time, but I'm excited for him. Like if you do well in the market, go have some fun, go cut loose, and you'll probably do pretty well with the dealers. I just say at some point that house likes to win. You guys know that at some point the house likes to win, right? So they're always willing to get you a drink, aren't they? So as long as you can keep things together, it's like, well, all of a sudden I got a really good looking waitress. All of a sudden I have like 3 drinks in front of me. All of a sudden, like, the manager's walking by and like, this guy's he's made $500,000. Time to get him a little bit. I don't know. Let's get him into some kind of trouble. They'll typically do that in the casinos. But you guys have some fun. Do what you're doing. I love to see the success, because the good news is that came from, you guys know that started off with those sessions that he and I went through, and that I was able to do just hours on the week. And he made money in the market. Then he made money. He took that money, went to the casino, and made even more. So we like the professional environment. I'll say that I enjoy the professional environment of the market, of the VIP, of you guys here. I really appreciate that very much. About what this space provides is a level of professionalism. And it's sometimes you can find that in the casino, sometimes you can't. And that's kind of the way. Let's see. Saw that chat about the casino today. Is it? Not sure. Is it? Kent is in the money. Needs to give some casino lessons now. Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, the problem is half the people will be able to do it well, and the other half will get in trouble when they go to the casino. And so it's not really, that's the biggest deal. Like, you can go to the casino and behave yourself, right? Because it's built on a lack of judgment. The whole thing is built on, it's just built on a lack of judgment. In terms of, I'll just say this: you're gonna reach your limit. Is the problem with the casinos, right? You're gonna reach the house knows the best strategies. Now you can count cards, you can get kicked out, right? You can get into the advanced, the details of kind of advanced gambling. You can get into that. A lot of people on the street know probabilities very well. You can do that. You can get kicked out. You'll, in terms of what's really, what they're gonna do, the casino's gonna make money on you. They like when you visit and you're a patron and you do good things. Very few people go and win all the time. All right, they don't. When we talk about Vegas, I used to fly out with. I worked with a different tycoon rather than the first one I worked with, but a big time tycoon, big time business guy, and we'd fly there, and he had Gulfstream jet. This is when I was younger. It was nice to have some exposure to that. Before, and we would come back. We'd hop in his jet when he had won $1 million or lost $1 million, right? So 3 hands of blackjack, $15,000 a hand. Just bam. There are people just sitting there like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, well, this is the way it goes. This is what it is. So I had a lot of exposure to heavy gambling then, and I know what it entails, and it's not the most professional environment. It has a stigma to it, and you can, do you want a strategy? Yeah, okay. Most people don't get rich gambling. You guys know that? What's the percentage of people that get rich gambling? Even the ones that know what they're doing? Yeah, the casino, the house is gonna win. I'm just gonna tell you, the house is gonna win. So over time, they'll let you hammer through. Oftentimes, when I see a stack of cash like this, I'm like, yep, they'll do that. I've seen it, guys. I've seen it like this. I've seen it literally, $1 million on the table, right? So, and you guys have too. I'm sure a lot of you have stories like that. But it's 3 hands of blackjack at $15,000 a piece. You get into the probabilities very well, and it just it's not really fun. I stopped gambling when I saw someone at the table one time, and I had thrown down a bet, and I just saw them, and they were crushed when I lost the money or whatever it was. It was just a normal hand. It lost, but I was used to being around the guy I worked with, a big time billionaire guys, and he would play 3 hands with $15,000 a piece. He'd win when he'd play on through. If he was down $500,000, he'd play and he'd get back up. Right? That was just the way he rolled. We'd lose. We'd come back home when he won or lost $1 million, and just to go for fun, And so I saw someone, their face when I lost a big hand at one point in time, and I caught it just at the right angle, and I was like, wow, it looks like, this person's falling apart here. I was like, I didn't care at all, but this person, it looks like they've really had a traumatic episode. They saw me lose that money, and for them, it was a big deal. And so I stopped gambling then. Just because I thought, I was like, that was an interesting thing for me to see and be able to kind of empathize with. This person just saw me lose maybe more money than what they make in a year or something like that. I don't know. But it was a lot of money for them to see me lose, and just the look of pain on their face. I was like, wow. And that was the experience I had. A lot of people enjoy it for a life. It's like horse racing. If you don't like that, maybe go have fun with horses. There's all different types of gaming you can get into. So just choose something that you think is fun, that you think is good. Let's see. Just looking through the chats. It's good to see you. If you've just shown up, hit the like button so I know that you guys haven't been here since the beginning, and I'll cover some of that information as soon as I get up to like 10 new people that have been here. I'll cover that, and I've been kind of asking. It's a late stream, so you guys know that, but I wanted to cover the essentials for kind of the VIP crew. Definitely passed out the accumulation strategy today before we went into retracement. So I want to make sure that you guys are always kind of up to date before the big events happen, right? That's important. for me, that I'm able to bring you and kind of prognosticate and bring you guys that information. Currently, Doge is heading down towards its interim golden pocket. So that may provide some different trading techniques. It's already actually just about hit that. Look at that. Just about gone down and hit that. Let's look at, if we go into a tighter time frame, we'll be able to tell. Let's go into the minute. Yeah, it sure has. That's the hit on the golden pocket there. So we will see what it wants to do exactly. Those Fibonacci's will run away from you guys. They'll change once you go to different time frames. Always be careful of that, please. I have to remind myself. The other day I sent something out. I was like, oh, I didn't tell people that was on the weekly, or oh, I didn't tell them that was on the day. So always be sure. And let's see what Robert Garcia is saying. VIP, he says, I love Vegas and go all the time, but I'll take my odds with crypto any day of the week. Yeah, absolutely. We get to run the show with crypto. Like, we're in charge of our own accounts. You know, we understand the game. We understand all the details. We're able to definitely the casinos. It's a different ball game, guys. It's just a different ball game. They'll let you make some money, but they expect you to spend that money. You know, they expect you to also, it's just people who only have good days at the casinos. They typically, it's just the nature of gambling. So I'll just say that. Whereas you can consistently achieve returns in the market. You guys know that you can consistently achieve returns in the market. You know, and you can go and double down all day long in the casinos. At some point, you're going to run into a limit, right? You can have that, and it'll be like calculated. It's only 1 in 10,000 chance. Really? Huh? Well, how many days are you going to go gambling? You're going to start this. Well, it's only a 1 in 1,000 chance that this would ever happen. Okay, how many times are you going to go gambling? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to play 200 or 300 hands a day. Okay, how many days out of the year are you going to go? I don't know. When you get into that, it's like you start doing the statistics, the probabilities on it. It's like, okay, so it's 1 in 10,000. Yeah, how many hands are you going to play? I don't know. You're going to get there at some point. It's a lot. You'll get into the calculability of it, and it's just you'll get there. If you're not there, it'll teach you a lesson. It's kind of like the market. You'll learn when you lose money. I like our chances in crypto as well, and I like the community in crypto. I like our VIP very much. Good group. Excuse me. I see Drew Mazur. Drew, nice to have you. We'd love to have you join the VIP. It's a good group. It's a strong group of professionally minded, solid traders, about 80 of them. I need to change this real quick. I because I got to point out, guys, we had 3-star ace in the house. What's up, 3-star ace? I like that, 3-star ace. Pretty cool, huh? Brand new base camp. We formed base camp for kind of like Everest, people who want to, home base, people who want to go up. If you're interested in going up to VIP, etc., going up on the price, everything else, yeah, it's a crucial kind of move to get involved in that base camp. We're really excited, 3-star ace, that you entered. Anyone else who's thinking about getting involved, we have, I'm going to go ahead and change this because we have 89. Currently, we're at 89 VIP member goal. Let me change that. I always need to update that because this counts, for some reason, it always wants to count the, to count all of the base camp as well. Go 100 members, and we'll do 89. We're at 89, and we'll stop that at 0601-2021. So we'll start that over, and I always frame that correctly. I want to be accurate on that. So when you guys see that change, I'll normally change that back because we do want VIP members. We want 100 VIP members. We can get there. I know we can. So, in terms of the timing, we just want that the right crowd. We want 100 people for people to go to deal with, to kind of bounce back and forth ideas, to work on profitability. That's what we want. Like we love that dynamic, and to know that that's going on. And Yeah, I set up the VIPs this morning with the information flow. As you guys look at Doge starting to go down, I set up the entirety of the VIP guys with the information that they needed. This is part of the perks that you get. We'll go to Jason. What's up, Jason? Jason's lit in the house. Great. I just want to feature him. What's going on, brother? All our military, loud and proud. What's up? Let me go ahead and look at. Let's see. Just what I sent over this morning. All the Doge specifics, all of the targets, bam, beautifully laid out, huh? Very nicely structured. That's what they demand. They want that. On Matic, look at this chart. That is beautifully structured. That's the type of information that people in the VIP get on, I say consistently. So this has already been structured. This has already been delivered this morning, okay, with a lot of notice so that people can get involved. And let's just say that they can accomplish their strategies in advance. They're not running around right now wondering what's going to occur, right? The VIP are not running around wondering, where is this going? I also cut a lot of videos. I tried to cut a lot of videos today, just going through a different update on Matic, AMC, Polygon, Dogecoin, Harmony One. Just, and however many people wanted to watch them, that's fine. But just as a service to the members of the base camp, to the members, to the community leader, and to the VIPs, I just like, if the VIPs all watch a 5-minute deal on, as an update on this specific asset, that's why they're VIPs, because they get that, and that's a big deal. Looking at the different individuals here in the chat. Nice to have you, Mickey V. You're welcome to join Base Camp. We'd love to have you as a member. It's a good group here, or VIP. VIP is kind of that next level, demanding that just wanting those pricing targets, wanting to know ahead of time, like just what's in your inbox today. What do you have to accomplish? Well, they get in their inbox. They get pricing targets. They get things like that. Just technicals, just a good group as well. They're able to communicate with everybody, but from investment bankers to and exchange employees / exchange employees or broker employees to just consummate business professionals, family men and women, just nice people. A lot of military, loud and proud. In my description, guys, in the description, there's an opportunity for you guys to become a supporter. It's called Stand with the SEALs. And we have some. The first guy in the crew here was Bent Frog. I don't know, frogmen or whatnot. I've got some buddies that have been big instrumental guys in the SEALs, big in the Navy. I have a personal family history. I'm not formally affiliated with any department, agency, bureau, domestic intelligence, etc., domestic or abroad. But I have some different training, some different, maybe what would you call it? Academia. I have studied intelligence and academia in terms of certification, etc. So I've enjoyed that a lot, and we have the opportunity is in that description. If you guys want to support and stand with the SEALs, you can do that. Andrew is a great member of the VIP. He had come through with a big chat the other day. And everyone had done well, and someone gave like $5. I'm like, I hope you made more than that. Andrew came through with like $100. I'm like, now that's about right. That's how well someone has done, and yeah, there's Mitchell saying I'm a new member just a few days ago. If you're not a VIP, I strongly suggest you give it a try. I appreciate that, Mitchell. We really, really love having you. You're a great member of VIP, and it's just nice to have you. I think you're seeing. It's just for people who want to take things seriously, and not everyone's into it to really manage, to manage things like that. Not everyone, has the time or has the. It takes a skill set to be able to kind of master the information or be able to really, handle the information. It's not like generic. One size fits all. It definitely requires some a skill set in terms of analytical thinking, ability to kind of delve into kind of the deeper issues. Right? It's to understand what a dip is in the micro frequency, let's say of Doge with the backup, levels down here to understand, how far are we overextended above the EMA. Let's say the 200 exponential moving average. What would it mean in terms of the 78.6 if we were to go down below the 15 cent mark? There's a confluence right now with this negatively indicated, what is this? 2.618. Another kind of golden, it's a very interesting time, kind of another golden ratio a little bit at that 11. It looks like that 11 cents. Very interesting. That's an interesting confluence there. To understand those types of to understand that level of detail, not necessary all the time, but at least to have some people that are like, yeah, we do understand that if we need to all the time, right? And we don't need to focus on it all the time, but anytime, I'll say anytime we do need to understand it, we definitely can. And that's maybe the best approach to take, right? It's not that we have to focus on this stuff all the time, but we can understand it and apply it anytime. That's maybe the best way to look at things, and that's kind of the group dynamic. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, you guys are doing well. We got to find Gifford. Where's Kent? He's probably hiding in the crowd. He's like, man, you put me all over those videos. Of course I did, man. He's got the hot hand. I always talk about what is the hot hand? Well, I guess it's hot enough in the crypto. You go take that into the casino, use the same strategies. And I'm happy because I had strategized with him and given him some a good number of sessions. We spent hours together. In terms of the sessions and teaching him trading techniques and technical analysis. So he's doing well. And that was a big investment, in terms of spending that time with him. And it's nice to see it paying off. Definitely, technical analysis is the way to go. And it's just, it's very nice, very, very nice. And we've got just the selling indicated right now on Dogecoin, which we pointed out, it's on every time frame, and I think it's great because what is really going on? Are they telling us people are selling? I don't know, but this group is buying, right? Like what we would like to look at is, well, now we have our pricing targets laid out. So if it's telling people to sell, this indicator right here on TradingView, it's a good thing for us to look at because that's not really nice for us to see. It's telling people to do the wrong thing. You should be buying, right? You should have your pricing targets out. And you should be buying. So, I definitely look at that as kind of like, really, huh? All right. Well, anyway, TradingView, typical indicators. It makes you worry about like Wall Street, right? When you look at Wall Street or the brokerage houses, they say, well, the firm is recommending this for everybody, right? Well, okay. It's like TradingView telling everyone to sell. Okay. So anyway, we have a good approach. I think we have a good approach, and we'll kind of see that play out. Let's see what we have here. It looks like, I wanted to find a time frame where it looks like it's hooked up on the. Let's see. Let's draw this on the 30-minute, and I really shouldn't do too much of this, right? Because we're going to get into cross differentials on different time frames. Let's stick with the hourly. Let's just stick with it. We started with it, so let's stick with the same time frame. We had done some different time frames beforehand, and let's just stick with that instead of the daily, instead of the weekly, etc. Let's just stick with that. We have Lars in the house. Lars, it's so great to see you. So we have, just some good people. I wanted to just get live for a minute and make sure that we all understand what's going on and why, right? We're in a breakdown. That's because of the fact that Bitcoin has fallen down. Now, it's not bad news for us. I would anticipate VIPs are going to make money, right? That's exactly what is going to occur when you buy the dip. The guys who are pinpointing and strategizing in terms of their pricing entry, they're probably going to make money. When they talk about buy the dip, sounds real easy, right? It sounds like something you should just intuitively know. What does that mean? Well, it means you have to use your Fibonacci's, right? And I don't know a lot of people who really who do use their Fibonacci's like that. I don't know a lot of people who are really who are doing this on a sophisticated level and kind of a really kind of a financially strategic kind of level. I don't know that. I do that are professionals, that are like real industrial or say industry-wide professionals. I know those individuals are using the Fibonacci's. I don't know other people on kind of the retail level, like retail investors. I don't know people who are really engaged in that. So, not other channels, not any other kind of club or group or something like that that's really engaged in that. I really look at what you guys have put together as being a real, a real good thing. So, absolutely, that's positive, and we want to see where it goes from here. I think it's going to only go up. And you look at the crypto market, it's like, well, it's going down. You get into this kind of emotional thing yourselves. As much as we know, divorce yourselves from the emotions. But there's just tons of good opportunities to invest, guys. There's so much good. We talked today about GameStop, AMC, some of the different things you guys are involved in. And it's exciting. It's really exciting to see, different things like, GameStop had gone up 2,000%. That's exciting. We hit a pricing target, our first pricing target on AMC. That was just an easy application. It was too easy, really. It was just too easy. We started guessing at it originally. I'm like, hold on, look at this. And it was just, we drew the lines on it on the chart. I'm like, oh, this is easy in terms of those pricing applications. And that space may be missing some of that. So that was nice for us to see exactly that direct hit. This direct hit, you guys have to see, hello. But it was just, once we saw it, once we saw the application of it, it was just like, this is just to show you it works with everything, right? Just placed in here, essentially, that is going to give you, the direct hit, just the horizontal right here. And people didn't exactly know where it was going to hit. But all that is an application. We couldn't miss it. After we really looked at it, it's like, well, ballpark this and that. I was like, no, it's going to be exactly this, right? This previous interval is going to exactly fit right here. And sure enough, bam. And so no one had just done that. It was very simple, but no one had done that. I was like, well, that's what needs to be done. People have gone back in and bought after they've sold. So that looks interesting. But we nailed our first target there. Made a good video on that. So that's not exactly our forte. We're more into the crypto sphere, and that's nice. But to let you guys know that it definitely works in a context of commodities, futures, options, or derivatives, or bonds, or whatever we're looking at. Anything that has a price, the Fibonacci is going to work on it. We have 52 people watching. If you guys have just shown up and you haven't been here since the beginning, hit the like button so that essentially I know what to cover. We're going through different levels. I'd say different acquisition levels of Dogecoin, etc. Excuse me. And so we've gotten up early and delivered these fib levels, all the pricing targets to the VIPs so that they would have these levels to go after and to start their acquisitions, to start buying the dip. I just say it just may be healthier if we can get back down to in and around this on the aggregate, this golden pocket. I'd like to see maybe if we hit it a few times, what would happen if it decided to kind of launch. Now, I don't know with Bitcoin doing what it's doing, if it could happen. We always play the possibilities on the upside rather than just talk about it going down. We need to talk about some other kind of interesting components. It's broken down. Bitcoin's broken down. We anticipated this would occur. That's why I gave you guys these accumulation. The accumulation, I gave it to the VIPs, and I'm live right now because I want to make sure everyone, the base camp included, I gave you these strategies, these exact figures with the different kind of investment levels. Not financial advice, not financial advice right here, but definitely, kind of the strategy involved. Gave you Matic as well, just a nice chart there for you guys to look at. And because I saw this happening before it happened, it just seemed like we had reached a threshold of tolerance. I wanted to make sure that you guys had that. I'm glad I was able to deliver that to you before we started experiencing the negativity in the market so you could put in your orders. And that's why I also know, it's just for sensible people, you're going to put in your orders. It looks like Matic is heading down towards that next level. That's great. Orders were picked up here. We'll see here in terms of as you lower your cost basis throughout this process, it's going to be a very comfortable thing to watch them execute. And essentially, at some point, Matic is going to have some great price action again. So as it goes down, you want to triple down and really recapitalize at that lower price. That's going to literally, guys, people are going to make a lot of money on Matic. I'm just going to say people are going to make a lot of money on Matic. It's just the way it is. People have already made a lot of money on Dogecoin. People made a lot of money on Bitcoin. At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, people made a lot of money. But you have to understand that there's a strategy to it right now, particularly as things are going down. Understand, we're talking about making money. It's going to be on the way down. Okay? Not everyone is making money on the way down. That's the small percentage of people who can make money as things go down. Very few people are making money on the way down. And in fact, people will say buy the dip, and people will believe, well, that means as it's going up, I want to get in here so I can go up more. Very few people are able to balance around, let's say balance this the negative pricing action with the positive pricing action in between the negative trend, or say amongst the negative trend. It's a very, very highly specialized kind of area, guys. It's a very, very nuanced level of people who are able to just micro carve into this thing and say, wham, right here, wham, right there, wham, right here. It's just very. It's very, you guys know it's very exacting, right? It's very nuanced. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, I just appreciate that. If we could get the likes up to 50, that would be nice, just to kind of say that. Let's see, that's a good question. Let me look at another chart I have as we look at the live price action on Dogecoin. Currently at about 31 cents, almost 32 cents. And yeah, that's not a bad price right now. And I'm so sorry. I don't know if you guys can you guys hear that or not. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. I think I can just mute this. But if that's coming through, there's just a different sound. I think I can mute that. Yeah, I want to see. Well, we have a question from Gilbert. Very nice, Gilbert. We want to do a shout out to Gilbert, and it's nice to have you here. Let me go ahead and research where I can pull up this information to answer your question. Let me look at the different. Hold on one second. Let me pull up. There we go. Not sure where this is going to want to go. Looks like. Let me see, Gilbert. I wanted to make sure that you're involved in the in Twitter. If you are involved in Twitter, that would be great for us to know that you are involved in Twitter. That you are. Go ahead and drop me your handle. It looks like maybe you're not. You're not a VIP or you're not a member yet. I see. I was hoping your name looked familiar, but yeah, Gilbert's in the chat. He's asking about AMC tomorrow. I thought hopefully you were going to be a VIP or what do we got here? Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. We have a real good group here. Yeah, I don't spend a whole lot of time. I went ahead and did that video. I recommend that you watch that video on AMC here, and it's going to talk about essentially getting into some reaccumulation strategies right now. I don't always, just nail in the coffin, tell you this is what's going to occur. I like to deal with the probabilities and position myself the best I can in terms of pricing and acquisition or unloading. Okay, so I like to unload the entirety of a position if my pricing target is struck. It struck my pricing target exactly, essentially. Today, my pricing target was struck exactly. I like to thereafter reposition, essentially on a trade. I like to reposition after something has been struck. The RSI looks high on the hourly. As I go to the daily, it may present a little bit different of a story. There may be some room to go on the daily. If I look back to January, essentially you're going to have to recreate this January effect, which you already have to an extent. What is this, January? No, yeah, this is. Let me get back in here. I need to zoom a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That is what is that? January 8th. Looked about 8th. I'm trying to see about the 1st actually. Real close in there. But yeah, that's essentially. I just need to zoom back in. Maybe that'll help. Hello. So yeah, we hit our pricing target exactly today. I was happy about that, and it was just a nice kind of entry into the entirety of it. If it recapitulates through this first Fibonacci sequence, the 23.6, then I'll know. That'll tell me more about what it's doing now. Right now, it's trying to flirt with the idea of going up further. If it recapitulates within the entirety of the 23.6, this red zone, that's going to tell me, it's going to give me a different indication that it's going to want to retrace here. So if it's going to want to retrace, last time what it hit was the 78.6, and around it'd be the $15.47. If it's going to play around with trying to achieve a pattern formation, we can kind of look at what occurred last time. It stutter stepped, it went up a little bit, formed a kind of head and shoulders, and then it went through a consolidation zone. So we'll see exactly what will happen. What will occur. Achieving this, if it can achieve this, I'll say that because then you'll get a better price on the way down, essentially. If it can achieve the 24.75, that's going to be your key zone, knowing whether or not it's going to retrace to that 24.75. And on the line chart, if it's going to go down to that level, it's going to tell you a lot about whether or not it's planning on going further down, or whether or not it's going to continue to rifle up. I would look at that. That $24.75 is going to be real crucial. Just remember, I pointed that out to you. So we would like to have you as a member of the VIP and the what else we got in the or the base camp. Go ahead and find yourself a home here. Yeah, don't rent space. You got it. You don't have Twitter. That's okay. We recommend you get Twitter. We recommend you. Yeah, I'd say YouTube allows it. We insist upon it. They allow you to have a badge in here in terms of the discussions, everything. It's a cool group. We got investment bankers. We got exchange employees / exchange employees. We have business owners. Just all kinds of people. It's a good group. A lot of military, from the Army to the Air Force to Navy to all different kinds of stuff are involved. It's just a cool group. And yeah, a lot of I don't know, a lot of people who stand up for what they believe in. So that's kind of cool too. Not a soft crowd. So yeah, that's cool. And just going through retracement. That's what I thought we would be going through, and just wanted to open up for the. I wanted to get online for the base camp and for the different people, just to let people know, like, hey, this is what's going on, and we're in the midst of a retracement. We're in the midst of deploying cash, heavyweight on. Excuse me. Pardon me, on the lower levels. That's real important as we get into that. And yeah, that's just that's what we do. We double and triple down at the different levels of the Fibonacci. It's not financial advice. It's just excuse me. It's just what we choose to do. So that's and we, I mean, just rational players. At least we deploy more cash at lower levels. It's in line with the demand curve, right? The demand curve means the lower the price, the more demand. So this is exactly in line with that principle in terms of the lower the price, the more price action it's going to get from me, the more demand I'm going to have. I'm going to deploy more cash into it. That's the only reason I set up any kind of numbers like this, doubling, tripling down, things like that. So it looks like we are in the midst of the retracement, exactly as predicted, exactly as we brought up, and that's something that I'm very excited about. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let you guys know this process has begun. Okay, it's going to be very smooth for everybody here, okay, particularly the VIP members that I was able to give this information out to. Absolutely. It's very smooth, right? Very, very smooth. And because you already have your pricing target set up. You already have your orders deployed, right? Absolutely. Go and review if you need to what I've direct messaged you. If you're a VIP and you haven't joined Twitter, follow the link in the description. Go over there and hit me up on the first post and be like, hey, we definitely need to, touch base. Now I'll be able to get you that information. But I've been giving you guys, I think, very advanced charts, a lot of profit, guys, a lot of profit. It's been, we've been hitting things right and left, been giving signals and this and that on charts. It's been very, very good. I'm expecting you guys to deploy your orders because it's dipping right now. So you buy the dip. It's just regular stuff. But I'm expecting you guys to do well over the next few days with Doge and Harmony and Matic and whatever else kind of hops in. I'm expecting you guys to do really well. I know you will, and I'm going to look forward to hearing that. So what we'll do is I'm going to go jump into the DM for a while. I want to see what's going on and what's cooking over here, and check in with, there's Jason. What's up, boss? Appreciate all the military stout crowd. Jason's really involved in teaching some of his guys some of the methods that we're going through here. So it's just it's awesome to know that you guys are doing that and those guys are learning. Man, what a huge benefit! That is such a huge benefit. For them, that they can learn strategy, because no one understands strategy. No one knows how to even operate, rationally within a market. And it's not intuitive. I say, you understand when you're doing something wrong because you're losing money, but you don't know what lesson to learn. You don't know what to change, essentially. So that's kind of the way that things look. But I'm going to let you guys go. I want you to deploy your strategies, employ your strategies, deploy your pricing targets. Okay, at different levels. Heavyweight on the way down, doubling and tripling down, okay, as you get through these micro events, and then as you get through the macro as well, tripling down at these lower levels, 78.6, for instance, on Dogecoin. On Matic, you guys have all those pricing targets. You guys have a chart that we could literally publish in some sort of if we're going to put together a VIP memoir, this one is probably going to go on the cover. This is a nice chart, guys. You have all these levels, to triple down as you go down here. You have all this, gradient factor here. It's just a nice chart. I like it. I'm glad I was able to bring it to you. You guys are like, yeah, we like it too, if we can understand it. But I know you guys did. I got confirmation from Jason's Lit that he was able to do that. Go over with it with some soldiers he's got there working for him, some men he's got working for him, men and women, I imagine. And so yeah, that's just that's fantastic that information is getting pushed to the right crowd. You guys look in that description as well. I do have an opportunity for you guys to stand with the SEALs, the U.S. Navy SEALs. If you guys would like to, just help out that crew, that SOF, Special Operation Forces. They do a lot for the world. They go around the world and take down bad guys, save good guys. And so we're happy to personally be standing with them and part of their team there in terms of what they're able to put together. I'm happy to be a part of your team and look forward to hearing some great results in terms of the information we were able to bring you tonight and the information we brought to you as a good member of the VIP or the base camp here on the stream. And it's nice to connect with all you guys again. We haven't done a real we really haven't done a good stream in a while. I've been focusing on content delivery, charting delivery. So now it's kind of like time. Okay, great. I know you've deployed your pricing targets. And now we can kind of pick back up and catch up. It's going to be a good time here as you guys work into your profits. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a good few days. So when the market's down, when the market's up, we make money. When the market's down, we make money. Just remember that. When the market's up, we make money. When the market's down, we make money. So when it goes down, this crowd doesn't worry at all. I want you guys to know, not at all. In terms of, well, the question doesn't even arise. Well, what are we going to do what are we going to do when? We're going to buy. If it goes down low and it goes down lower, we're going to buy and then we're going to buy more. All right, we're going to hit pricing targets and we're going to make money. That's what we do. So the question never quits of, well, what are you going to do when it goes down to, yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do. That's why I have reserve cash. I'm going to hit pricing targets and I'm going to make money. That's it. I'm going to experience the positive price action. All right, when it goes up, I'm going to sell high. And then when it goes down, I'm going to hit my the lines of support, and I'm gonna make cash, right? I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna hit my pricing targets. So just like an AMC today, okay, just real easy. So you guys know it was just there's no mystery here, guys. No mystery. Pricing targets slammed into, bam. It's just like it's like elementary, right? And once we really look at it, it was like, what are we gonna do? Oh, this could happen, that could happen. Then it was just like, no, let's look at this. And let's bring that over to here. And yeah, it's going to be exactly there. And that was a hit that CNBC Market Watch probably didn't. Bloomberg didn't exactly probably have, right? So yeah, this is just it's technical analysis. The horizontal here, that's what we do. We focus on this a lot. And I'm glad to be able to bring that information to you on Doge and Matic and Harmony One, guys, and all the other, the great coins we've been looking at. We knew it was time to get into pricing targets. The market maker's coming down, he's picking you up. You should be happy. He's going to deliver you wherever you go to. And if there's a radical move to the downside, be prepared for this. If there's a radical move to the downside, to the 786 or anywhere in there, okay, if we move out below that golden pocket, I want you guys to calculate your own golden pocket. You guys can do that, right? On Doge, etc. Calculate the bottom line of that golden pocket, that 25,841, right? There's the bottom side of that golden pocket, 25,841. Copy that, 25,841 on the 65th. Yeah, that's the threshold of that golden pocket. Okay? So you've got that. You've got all the details. You've got all your target, your pricing targets, and you guys have a good strategy. We're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna head back over to the hit a like button on your way out. I appreciate that. Just to let some people know that it's a small group. I didn't mind. I was like, if 10 people show up, no problem. I was like, I want to make sure our group gets to know, that the base camp and the VIPs get to know, even if it's late, kind of what's going on. It's accumulation time. Right, those pricing strategies, I delivered those in your VIP direct messages this morning. You had ample time before Bitcoin decided to do this. Ouch, right? Before it decided to break down from this head and shoulders. Okay, so we called it before then. Got you the information in your boxes so that you would be able to essentially to go through, and deploy your targets early this morning. Well in advance, no problem, right? Yeah, so that's it's a pleasure for me to be able to bring that information to you. It's been nice to spend some time with you tonight, and we'll definitely touch base tomorrow. We look forward to having a great stream. You guys tell your friends about the VIP. It should be, as you look for the link for the VIP, I'll go ahead and throw it in the comment box right now so that you guys have that. I'll go ahead and throw that in the comment box. Actually, I'm not sure that it'll allow me to do that. I think there, join on PC. Yeah, it should be something on the PC that you're able to join. I've just pinned the message to the top. You should be able to see that. I've pinned that message to the top. That is the link to join the VIP. Guys, we're getting pricing targets. You look at the cost of it. Ask the people how long it's taken them to pay for the VIP. Ask the people who are involved in it how they've done, because it's the right kind of group that wants to do well. First of all, if you don't want to do well in the market, or you don't want to fix kind of whatever issues you have, if you have no real aspiration of that, you're probably not going to fit in. If you want to do well and you have aspirations of really succeeding in the market, you're going to fit in just fine. Okay, if you don't know everything, I'll tell you, it's a good crowd to learn. Where are the resources to learn? How can I start doing well in the markets? Some people say, well, I started with 30 grand, I'm down to 15. They started with whatever, maybe 200, they're down to one. Maybe $200 down to $1. I don't know. But the difference is, this is a group of people that want to do, that really want to beat the equation, and they have a good strategy to do it. So I'm happy to be, kind of in charge of keeping them together as much as I can in a humble fashion. So if you're on a laptop or PC, a PC, you should see it without a doubt. Any kind of PC, a Mac lap won't do it. Typically, there's a problem with the terms of service for some reason on the what is that? Why is that? I don't know why. Terms of service for YouTube require that you have a PC. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. That's what they. There's AJ saying no regrets on getting into VP. There's Amor saying VIP so worth it. It's just awesome. We have the right group, right? I mean, it's just we plug in every morning. We go into the chat, the DM, and it's just bam. You got tons of good traders. They're like, good morning. What's going on? What are we hitting? I mean, it's just, you can't find that in a good. I've been in different groups, guys. You can't find a really sophisticated, just nice group that just wants to be cordial and wants to support each. I mean, you just can't find it. So, we're really picky. Sometimes too. We don't have a lot of time for different people who want to treat people poorly or something like that. It's blue tab right in the chat, or check his channel out. Yeah, there we go, Mr. Mars. Cool. I don't know who Mr. Mars is, but that's okay. We appreciate that. So you guys join VIP, get into it, and if you need to go hit on another computer or something like that, just go roll with it. Make that your project tonight and copy that link and go make it happen on some computer. Get with the program. The program is making money. So you guys take care of yourself. It's been a pleasure. This is London with the Crypto Kingdom. We will be back tomorrow with some more videos and hopefully a live stream, and we'll get to hear how much money you guys are making. I'm looking forward to it. I know it's already in process, and we started that process this morning. So congratulations to the VIP and Basecamp guys, and we're looking forward for all you subscribers, everybody else. Just leave a like button on the smash the like on the way out, and we'll talk to you soon. It's been a pleasure. You guys take care of yourself and continue to invest